and welcome back to Panic at the Dice Roll. Icewind Dale, Rime the Frostmadien. I am Tanner. I am the DM. And these are the players.
What up? I'm Keely. I play Floof.
I'm Travi. I play Elite Montgomery. Follow us at D20 Panic on Twitter. And on Twitch, because you're already here. Hi, what's up?
Smash that subscribe.
Oh my god.
I'm Curtis. I play Calder Saltblade. You can't follow me anywhere, but I would like to use this opportunity to thank Hawthorne Buff for that sweet fan art of Calder and Boy. So, many thanks.
Or Freakle. I'm Og. I play Shaltari. I have cheese.
Cheap.
Day cheese, not night cheese.
The best cheese.
There's a prince.
Approaching evening cheese.
Yes. It's almost evening cheese. Yeah.
Leonard cheese. I'm Joe. I play Vodka Wild Speaker. I totally forgot my character's name. Did you see the panic in my face there?
I'm Joe, and
I play.
I'm Joe. I play D&D.
I did. My brain just went, you don't fucking know. I was like, oh no. But I do. I play Vodka Wild Speaker. She's fabulous. She's had enough of your shit.
all day, every day.
Well, welcome back. Welcome to session 9. Yeah. I don't know. Where did we leave off? What was the last thing that we did?
We left off as we were watching the Aurora Borealis, or as Floof said, the Sky River, as we entered the town, the city.
Of Bryn Shander. Right.
The settlement.
Yes, so you guys had left the mountain down through the Dwarven Valley. You talked to Crocs and informed him of the attack on the outposts by the Duragar. And he thanked you for the information. He gave you a little bit of information about Duragar and his suspicions. And then asked you guys if you came across any more information to let him know. Then he gave you that cart full of the iron to be delivered to Bryn Shander, as well as a few casks of dwarven ale that you guys can take back to your inn in Lonelywood.
Tee.
One has a hole in it and a finger plugging the hole, a severed finger.
Gross.
I can't remember where you got it, but
He got it from the inside the Elven ruins from I believe.
Yeah, from
So it's
the
pretty gnarly.
the frost druid, right?
Mhm.
It's not gnarly. It's been frozen this whole time. What are you talking about?
Jeez.
I mean, that was in kind of like the sarcophagus.
Someone selling dates?
Frost druid soup.
Well,
The
anyway,
sister.
you guys took the cart with the iron and the ale back to Bryn Shander. Along the way, you were attacked by a horde of snow golems, or snowlums, as they like to be called.
Yes.
We
They
asked
love
them.
it. They love it.
Good call, yes.
After that encounter, you guys made it back to Bryn Shander, where we left off with you guys re-entering the city at night as the Rime, or the Aurora Borealis, or the Sky River
The Sky Rivers.
filled
So
the sky.
pretty.
And so we can just go ahead and I think we'll just pick up right there. You guys are crossing in through the gate as it closes behind you for the night, behind the large wooden walls of Bryn Shander.
Yes. Oh, big place.
Oh,
Place always so big.
Garrett, we better get you and Boy to Keegan now, should we?
Well,
You're in the wrong town.
yeah, I'm from town over.
They all
From
look
Targos.
they all look the same to me.
Well, that's fair, I suppose. But I mean,
No,
I wouldn't be
no.
opposed to resting here for the evening.
Oh, yes, big hole. I
Perhaps
pointed,
a bed, Floof.
I pointed the hole in the wagon. Big hole.
Hmm.
We put on a thing, make hole stop. Oh, okay. Oh! And I pick up my net that I have repaired over the journey. And I start trying to put it over the hole for shelter, but it doesn't work very well because it's got holes in it.
No.
Well, we can either rest
Luke,
here
do
for the
we-
evening or push on to Targos. It's about 3 hours down the road.
Oh. Okay.
As Luke was pointed out, there was a hole in this car, and also this car belonged to someone here. I don't think we should carry on with it.
Right.
Vodka is going to pet the polar bears and scratch under their chin. And she also kind of looks a little beat up since her party healed the bears and not her,
She's still mad
as
about
is-
it.
She,
as is their wont.
Die mad.
Oh, Vodka doesn't care. Joe's a little pissed. But it's okay.
yeah, well,
But yeah, she'll pet the bears. I think perhaps it's best we rest tonight. We won't be able to unload these goods until the morning.
alright, I'll pull it up to the end.
Yeah. So as you guys approach the inn, the 3 dwarves from Clan Battlehammer that had sent you to recover the iron see you approaching, and they walk towards you. The one who had spoke to you the first time, and she just, yes, Bog?
How did she
okay.
know your name?
No, he was raising his hand. I thought he had a question.
Well, sure.
Yeah, but they approach you. Well, it seems you've recovered our lost iron.
Alright,
Hello.
we also met Crocs too.
He sends his regards.
You met Crooks. What was he doing out in the tundra?
No.
We're doing a patrol while we camped out for the night after we found this.
Wait,
They took us in.
well, I suppose your reward is in order. And she pulls that bag of gemstones out of her side pouch and tosses them to you. And there should be 5 gemstones in there, each worth 25 gold pieces.
But no fish.
I believe.
You can use them to buy mini fish.
I look at Vaka to confirm this information.
Vodka will nod and say, "We'll stay here tonight, Floof, and we will have many fish."
Okay.
And Vodka will take 2 of them and put them in her purse or her hold or wherever she keeps her stuff.
I was gonna hand one directly to Floof.
You see one of the other dwarves that you weren't talking to kind of climbs up into the cart and pulls back the canvas to inspect the goods, and there he sees the 5 barrels of ale, and he turns back to the other one and in Dwarvish says, I don't remember us carrying any ale.
That's because you weren't. We got that as separate payment for a task we completed. It's due for inn over in Lonely Wood. Any chance y'all be willing to hike it on over there for us?
You see they kind of look at each other and start kind of talking amongst themselves in Dwarvish kind of quietly, since they now know that you speak Dwarvish.
Mm-hmm.
Does any of you want to try to listen in, or just
I mean, if I
talk amongst
yeah
themselves?
Calder will try to.
yeah no, I'll try, but
I'm chewing on a gemstone.
Perception.
Don't worry about me.
All right. Sheltari, you hear him kind of talking about it. They're like, well, I really would like to get back to the valley. I don't really want to spend that much time in the 10 towns, more than we have to. We've already been here for far longer than we wanted to be. Lonely Wood is quite a ways out of our, way. And one of them says, perhaps to get one of those stones back, make it worth our time. And they kind of all agree on that.
I
The
am
one
chewing on one of them.
turns back to you and says, well, we don't mind taking your goods up to Lonely Wood, but if you could get one of those gemstones back as payment.
Perhaps they could just drop them off at Tourmaline. Leave them with him. We would have to stop through there on the way in, anyhow.
Vaka
It's
is
not very far out of the way.
Fur?
Is it?
Vaka is gonna reach down and take the chewed up gem that is currently being munched by Floof,
It's just
And-
slobbery.
wipe it on her coat, and flick it over to the dwarfs,
Come
and
on.
then turn to Elliot and say, "An inn with dwarven ale will be more popular the sooner, our inn will be more popular as soon as we get the liquor flowing in it."
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure these dwarves are great at getting their shipments to where it needs to be, of course. They've never had a splotch in their record, and we could not have negotiated any better. I want to go to this inn and have a sleep.
A fine negotiation indeed.
Have a sleep.
We
So-
will have fish first, Floof.
The dwarf who caught the gem, you see she places it back in that pouch on her belt and kind of nods and says, all right, we'll deliver your ale to Lonely Wood.
Just
Been a pleasure.
Keep caution on the road. Along the way, we encountered some. What were they called? Snowlums?
Yes, I think so.
And goblins. Yeah, if they could keep to the road, that'd probably be wise.
Hence why there's a hole in the side
Was.
of your cart.
Well, we plan to take the roads to Lonely Wood and then back to Tourmaline and then cut to the Dordan Valley from there. Hopefully we don't encounter any other snowlums, is that what you call them?
Yes, very wise to say this.
Yeah, the snow itself decided to rise up and give us a big fuck off. So,
Well, it seems the winter grows more restless every day.
Yes.
I
And yeah, they will tend to the polar bears and their cart.
We will tend to feeding and sleeping.
Calder will probably help Garrett with his sled team to get to a spot to shack them up for the evening.
All right. So as you guys walk back in to the inn here, I believe you stayed here before. Yeah, you stayed here before. The North Look.
Yeah.
If you all remember.
Which place had the fish?
Yeah.
If you don't remember, you hear this the moment you walk in the door.
Oh, no, no. I start trying to sing along, but I don't know words, so I just am making a little hummy noise.
Okay, Monty, would you care to take another shot at it?
I ain't touching that fish tonight. I already had a endeavor into uselessness during all that conflict. I'm not doing that tonight.
When are you referring to?
When I couldn't do jack shit against those snowy shits.
Oh,
I'm not getting bit for touching a fish. Right now, at least.
I presume we were all like sitting down and like eating and stuff
Yeah.
now, or
Yeah.
Vaca, I would like stew.
Wait, I thought you hated stew.
I want a stew,
Vaca
please.
will fluff on Floof's ears and gather the attention to the nearest person. And then she'll kind of like look and go, and turn to Calder and say in Dwarvish, "We should have kept one of those casks."
Calder will then respond in giant. Well, could have been dead weight too.
We're all at least accomplices at this point, are we not?
Are you sitting with us?
What?
I assume.
Yeah, I assume we're all at the same table. Like,
I don't know if you weren't going for the fish again.
Like a hiccup.
Yeah,
How dare
might as
you.
well try to get the attention of the nearest waitress or waiter for herdy-sized bowls of stew.
Stew.
Yeah.
Stew.
Okay. Calm down.
Stew.
Blue starts a riot inside of the tavern.
Floof just starts chanting stew. Stew.
Stew.
Yeah, so the man
Stew.
who
It's a fun word to say.
I think you talked to him last time, his name was Scramsax. Yes, Scramsax comes over and he says, "Oh,
Gross.
Poor gentleman.
nice to see you all made it back in one piece. You
Thank
care
you.
to take another shot at Bitey there?"
Maybe someday. Not this one.
I heard the small one there says they want a bowl of stew.
And the tall one there as well.
So, round for the table, I suppose.
Yes.
We need to eat something.
All right. So he'll leave, and he'll come back in a couple minutes with 5 bowls of steaming knucklehead trout stew.
I run outside the door with it.
Oh,
I just bolt as soon as I get the bowl. And then I start burying it in a snow pile.
Okay.
Vaca. Is there concern there at all?
Vaca like looks at Floof as
No.
they run off, kind of skipping with their bowl, sloshing it all over the place. No.
Okay.
They will come back. They will ask for another bowl. Because the snow pile out there will melt it.
Well,
are we gonna have to budget for having double meals on that stomach of that little thing?
Vaca kind of smiles. It's like, Floof will eat half of their stew and bury the rest.
So can
right.
we start ordering 2 half bowls so that we have one to dispense with?
And Vaca will kind of like shake her hand and be like, no. Because then you will end up with 2 small holes in the ground and 2 bowls.
Well, no. As long as we're fed, I guess that's fine.
Luke, can I ask you a question?
Yes.
What do you do now that your stew is buried in snow?
Well, I did take some bites from it first. I put it carefully in a little hole of snow, and then I just cover it with more snow, and now I wait for it to freeze. So I just come back inside.
Okay.
But actually, I do mark the place where I buried it with, like, if there's a rock or a stick
Okay.
or something.
So after you guys have this conversation about food and Floof, you see Floof walking back up to the table with a very accomplished look on their face.
Determination.
That's a big one. How did it go?
What? No, it not go. It stay.
Just gonna assume well.
Yes, okay.
Monty.
Auntie just gives a long sip of a spoonful, slurping it up sarcastically.
I don't think I've
Yes,
ever seen.
Choltar.
I don't know if I've ever seen anyone eat stew sarcastically before.
It's surlily?
Surlily?
Surly.
Surlily?
Surlily. Surly is what he's trying to give off.
Before you go discounting yourself further over the night, I'd like to point out that you did manage to keep a lot of them at bay while we took care of the rest. It all grouped up together, we might have been in a different situation.
Yeah, I mean, I had some quick thinking. Things only seem to have one mind, and that mind said, fuck fire. So, I gave him a little thought of fire.
Well, quick thinking is better than slow. So, what do we do from here?
Garrett's like,
We wait.
I would like to go home. I mean, I can probably make the trek myself if you all don't want to go back to Targos, but
I mean,
I
we
think
originally were going to Targos.
Yeah, we
and
do
then
have business
to
in
Bremen.
Targos.
We were going past Targos, were we not? To Bremen?
To Bremen.
That was a
Right.
long way.
It's
Vaka feels a comment rise in her throat and decides to stuff it with stew.
Does she make a noise?
Probably.
uh-huh. No.
Yeah,
Just
Jack.
associate that with breathing at this point.
I'll cut you.
well, I'll travel
Not me.
with y'all to Targos then, and then you can make your way on to Bremen in the morning.
Right. What, Garrett, what made you decide to make a living trekking from one end of the 10 towns to the other?
It's kind of how I was raised. You know, the only thing I know is the wilderness out here in Icewind Dale. There's not a lot of ways to make a living.
Sure
Not
is
much
not.
use with fishing. I'm not much use with mining or scrimsharing, so I made mine by taking people up and down that mountain. Or
Is there nowhere else? Is there nowhere else that people like to go?
Well, occasionally, when the weather permits, some people want to go out to the Ragged Glacier or down the 10 trails through the spine of the world, but with the long winter, it's made going much further than the Cairn a little difficult. Hell, even going to the Cairn has proved to be a bit too much.
I
Suppose
you're
I'll have to
right.
find some different work for now.
My pa used to do the same sort of stuff you did in between Scrimshaw. Most of the time it was just fat cat merchants coming up from the south that just wanted a quick holiday just to get away, feel a little adventure.
Yeah, every once in a while those southerners think that they can brave the wilderness out here. Suppose I made most of my money indulging in their fantasies. Not too many of them nowadays.
Oh.
Maybe we'll get by if Keegan can sell some of his artwork.
He's an artist.
Well, yeah. Did you not speak to him much when you were back in Targos?
No, I wasn't sure if it was a profession or a hobby.
Hobby.
He was
profession.
also quite focused on getting his beloved one back.
Not much time for conversation.
Well, that's fair. Keegan's always had a kind of one-track mind.
Boy, where's Boy?
Yeah, he's under the table.
Okay. Think.
Well,
I think I'm just going to finish up and head to bed early tonight.
my thoughts exactly, Shaltari.
And a strange venture, one that I'd like to reflect on.
And you see Garrett kind of stands up from the table, heads over to the bar, slips the man there 2 silver, gets a room key, and him and Boy head upstairs.
I think I would do the same.
Well, while they're all talking, I am trying to very sneakily sneak up on the fish.
Oh God.
Roll stealth.
I would like to roll perception to see if Vaka sees Floof doing this.
This is against your passive perception, since...
Oops.
So,
Damn it.
19 will definitely beat it. So, yeah, you're able to slip away from the table, away from the watchful eyes of Vaka, and climb up onto the bar. And even the other patrons, as well as the bartender himself, doesn't seem to notice you as you approach the fish.
Yes.
Now that you're within grabbing distance of the fish, of Old Bitey, what do you do? I think we should remind everyone what Old Bitey looks like. real quick.
Well, I did not think this far ahead. But here I am, so net did not work, so not going to try that.
Floof chased the car and then got to the car.
And then
This is what Old Bitey is.
Where's old Bitey?
Yeah,
Oh,
where
I'm showing it on the stream.
Oh,
You guys have a handout. You should. This is
Oh yeah.
art handout.
yes,
Bitey.
going to Bitey. Now, Bitey bites when you get too close with your hands.
From
So-
your experience, yes.
I take my rock, paper, scissors, magic rock, which is now a rock again, by the way. And I want to throw it at his head to try to knock it out so that I can grab it.
Go ahead and make a dex roll.
Okay.
I've never seen a trinket come into play so many times before.
Can I use my acrobatics?
A 10. So you square up and you huck this rock at Bitey, and you see his head moves to snap at the rock and right into his mouth. And then he begins to sing again.
Muffled.
Yeah, how does he sing if he has rock in mouth?
He swallows it.
Oh.
And he begins to sing. There's a place I like to go further
I grab
up
a
the
it.
river's flow.
I just
Where it
go
is, I do
feral.
not know. Must be under all the snow.
I shift. I go full floof, and I just grab at it.
Oh my
All right.
God.
Everybody.
I'm just like want to grab at it, to cling to it, you know?
All right. So as you lunge at it, it snaps at you. I need you to make a dex save. And you guys
I don't
all
even
hear this
care.
commotion as Floof goes full floof and attacks the fish on the wall.
That is a 15.
All right, so you manage to grab onto the fish as it's trying to snap at you, but
Yes.
you're able to kind of dodge its bites. What are the rest of you guys doing? You hear this commotion on the other end of the bar.
Well, some of them went up to bed.
The ones that are still down there, you look up and you see Floof attacking the stuffed fish on the wall as it's biting
Baka.
and singing.
Calder will lean back and pack another pipe and just watch.
Baka will stand very quickly and stride over to the bar and be like, Flip, spit it out! What do you got in your mouth? Spit it out!
No! No!
Monty just nods towards everything that's going on and says, definition of insanity right there.
All right, Floof, you're clinging on to this fish. It is wriggling and biting and singing. What do you do?
Well, I'm mad that it ate my rock, so I just start kicking at it with my back legs, holding on with my arms, and then just going to just try to grapple it off the wall into the ground.
All right, go ahead and make a strength athletics check.
Okay.
Ooh.
All right. Check something.
Grrr.
All right, so like placing your feet on the wall behind the plaque, you just
Yes.
yank as hard as you can, and you and Old Bitey kind of tumble to the floor behind the bar with a crash. And I need you to make another dex save. This time with disadvantage as you're prone on the ground, as Old Bitey's gonna try to snap at you again.
Mhm.
What are you doing?
It's a dex save.
Yeah, with disadvantage.
The bartender's probably...
Oh.
Plays it though.
So as you fall on the ground, Old Bitey on top of you, Old Bitey snaps at you and gets your
Ow.
like, forearm in his mouth. And you are going to take 7 piercing damage as Old Bitey just clings onto your arm.
Shit.
Thank goodness for those shifting extra hit points.
Baka, what are you doing as you see Floof tumble to the ground, Old Bitey on top?
They
Hey,
were
that
able
guy-
to get off
Sorry.
the wall.
Yep.
Oh my goodness.
It's now become a scene.
That guy said we could keep it if we could take it. We could keep it.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would like to pick up the plaque with Floof in it.
Alright, so as you hoist the plaque with Old Bitey off the floor, you see it's clinging onto Floof's arm, and Floof is clinging onto it.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so
Look, I got it! I got it! Tell Monty!
Oh, I see. You got it, Floof. Keep at it.
Keeps eating stew.
Not even
okay.
looking.
Is Old Bitey like sentient or magical?
I
But I'm trying
believe-
to ask is, can I intimidate the fish to let go of the Floof?
So, from what the bartender told you last time you were here, Old Bitey was cursed by a wizard to sing and bite. But no, Old Bitey is not awakened. It is a stuffed fish on the wall.
So I
But-
can't scare it into letting the Floof go.
I mean, you can try.
Fine, I will try first.
Okay, what do you say to Old Bitey?
Holy moly. Should I roll intimidation first, or do I have to roll what I'm going to say first?
Roll intimidation first, and then say what you're going to say based on your roll.
Okay.
Fight me. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So I will like shake the plaque that has a floof attached to it and be like, you put them down, you don't know where he's been, he's filthy! Or they're filthy. Let him go, you stupid fish! Like, and just shake it back and forth.
As Vodka violently shakes the plaque, Floof, can I get a strength save for you to hang on?
Floof is-
Yeah.
Oh no!
So, Floof, as this thing is violently shook, you lose your grip and you fall to the floor underneath of it. And Old Bitey responds to Vodka by saying, "There's a place I like to go, further up the river's flow. Where it is I do not know, must be under all the snow." But as you're holding it kind of upside down and it opens its mouth to sing, the rock falls on Floof's head, as well as a gold ring.
Oh. Is there a finger?
Take the rock desperately.
And a finger bone.
No, there's
And then
not
I just
a
start.
microphone.
I take the rock and I just scramble away
What the fuck?
for safety. And I think I scramble all the way back to the table.
Good, because you're being glared at by Vodka.
Very fluffy. My tail is huge. It's like twice the size.
You know what? Vodka's gonna put the plaque back on the wall.
Oh.
As you hang the plaque back on the wall, Vodka, can you make a dex save?
Piece of shit.
Wow. Yeah, what a shitty fish.
Alright, so the fish... the fish turns and snaps at you, but you're able to pull your hand back fast enough where you don't get bit by Old Bitey. And that gold ring is still sitting on the floor.
I pick up the gold ring and I inspect it.
Looking at the gold ring, it appears to be a signet ring. You do not recognize the symbol on it.
Yeah, I will take it back to... I'll take it back to the table.
Yeah.
I'll show it to the bartender first.
You're showing the ring to the bartender?
Yep. I will show the ring to the bartender and be like, is somebody missing this?
He kind of takes it from you. You see, looks at it. Takes a brief look at the signet on it, and the signet, you also saw it. It looks like a serpent with wings diving towards an orb, like a ball. And he kind of looks at it and just kind of laughs and says, "Doesn't belong to me. I wouldn't know who it would belong to." Kind of flips it back to you. He's like, "But I suppose you can keep it if you wrestled it from Old Bitey."
Tee.
And I will. And I will return to the table.
As you're turning, though, he kind of says, "But one thing there, Miss Wildspeaker. I'd be careful who you show that one to."
And with that kind of warning, Vodka will stick it in her clothes and walk back to the table. Kind of stare at Floof.
Intrigue.
Intrigue indeed.
My full floof is stopped by now, so I'm just brushing off the rock. And then I'm, dealing with it, making it better after its ordeal.
I feel like that rock has got Floof into more trouble than anything else.
Hey, it came in handy last game.
That's true.
I killed snowlums with it.
No.
Sure you did.
What did the rest of you guys do as Ibaka returns to the table?
Calder's just drinking from his water, just with a slight grin on his face. Just
Vodka is fully looking around the inn like I dare someone to say something about how this child behaves in a restaurant.
I
Go
did
ahead
it.
and make a intimidation check.
Mean mugging everybody. In
Just
the bar.
mean mugging, like, say something.
Yeah, you see like one person was about to say something and they just sit back down.
And I
nice.
pet Floof's ears to get that last little piece of full Floof.
Oh, with that also, look, you see that Monty like took his bowl away from his face and put it right back. Like,
I did it.
You sure did, Floof.
Is your arm hurt?
I look at it. There's like bite marks. Bite marks? It has teeth, right?
Kind of.
What do fish?
Yeah,
do fish have teeth?
Yeah, fish have
Some
teeth,
do.
yeah.
Some do. It's more like a snapping turtle though. It's just like a
Ooh.
Oh,
Pressure and a cleave.
so there's just like big lines
yeah.
where
Like
it
a big,
bit down.
you have like a big gash in your arm.
Maybe a little bit of blood, and just start licking it, and I'm like, it's fine.
Vodka will finish her
A
soup.
little bit of blood. 7 points would have damn near torn my arm off.
But I had 4 extra hit points from shifting
you know,
So- resistant.
I swear, for every profession that requires a man to pray for something, there's always a little curse that comes along with it. Every man who prayed for a fish to bite, that thing is his fault. We make our own curses, I swear.
Vodka kind of looks over there and chooses not to take out the ring.
All right. You guys do anything else, or y'all heading to bed?
Before Vodka and I go to bed, I run out and check the stew. I unbury it a little bit to see how frozen it is.
It's cooled off, and it's starting to get a little frosty.
Okay, I take another bite and then I run upstairs and go to bed.
Quick question. How many silver pieces are in a gold piece?
10.
10. Okay, and it's 2 silver for
It's 2 silver
Room.
for a room and a meal.
okay. I'm gonna try and keep track of the money. Excuse me. Vodka needs to get to what, 65 for her saddle? No, wait, no! She doesn't. She just has to figure out who the murderer is.
Oh yeah, that quest.
Yeah.
All right. So you guys
Going to
all
bed.
head to bed. The night passes. You guys are in Bryn Shander in an inn, so like nothing major happens. Morning comes. You guys all wake up and kind of meet downstairs again. It's emptied out as it's early in the morning. Garrett's there with Boy, and they're ready to hit the road.
I run outside and I check my stew.
Frozen solid.
Aha! I pull the bowl out and turn it upside down and just start trying to get it out.
Also, when you walk outside, it is heavy snow today, 40 below with mild wind.
Fuck.
No natural light, so it is dark, and it is extreme cold. So you'll have to make a DC 10 con saving throw for every hour out on the road, except for Vodka. Vodka will not have to because they are resistant to cold.
Alright.
Bundle up.
Let's see, who was... Did, why can I not remember if Paralu came with us?
Paralu came with you
Did she
guys, but
she
once
did?
you guys got to town, unless you wanted her to stay with you, she would have kind of gone her own
Okay.
way.
Oh, okay.
I guess I forgot about Perilou, yeah. Perilou's been here the whole time. She stayed at
Poor
the end too.
Perilou.
She's just like, it's just like one of those moments where you flash back and like cut in a character into random scenes to make the audience believe they've been there the whole time.
Except none of you guys know that though, so she's been there the whole time. Yeah. All right.
Okay.
I suppose this is where we go our separate ways then.
And she kind of nods. Thanks again for bringing me down from that mountain. I suppose I owe you all my life.
I don't think any of us are the type to collect, so safe travels. Good luck.
Monty's already doing a spreadsheet of what one human
Jesus.
life actually.
Monty has opened up a ledger and
Oh,
is
no.
jotting something down.
No.
Perhaps if we cross paths again, I can be of some help.
Favor for a favor.
I believe there is a shrine here in town. I can probably find some work there for the time being. A house of the Morning Lord.
Mm.
Perhaps I will keep
You-
that in mind.
You pray to sunshine even when it's gone?
Oh, we always pray for its return, do we not?
Mm. Sure.
Bless you.
Sorry.
Bless you
Blue
again.
getting sniffles after getting frozen soup outside.
I don't think there's
Sorry.
anything else that we need here in town. I suppose we can leave.
Do I get my soup out of the bowl?
You're like sitting there like chiseling it out of the bowl.
I just. Oh yeah, I take the rock.
You come back
crunching
inside,
it.
you're just like cracking this icy soup out of a
Yeah.
bowl.
Don't
Yeah.
you have a pick?
Oh, yes. I chunk it into pieces of ice.
All right, so you guys leave
Yeah.
then?
Monty's like pulling his coat closed against the heavy snow that's coming down.
Mm-hmm.
Calder, you got a use for that pelt you pulled off that cat back there?
Oh, according to my handbook, I can get it made into some nice armor if I find the right sort of crafter.
Any chance I could use it to line my coat?
So the best, I'll just side note, so that crag cat pelt, if you want to get it to turn into any kind of armor of spell turning, you're probably most likely to find a leather worker of high enough skill, either here in Bryn Shander or East Haven or Targos. And if you wanted, you could spend an hour kind of looking down or hunting down a master leather worker in town.
Okay. In Targos, perhaps Garrett or Keegan might know of someone.
I
Okay, it's like, I don't know of any leather worker here in Bryn Shander, but I do know of a lady in Targos who could probably help you out.
Hopefully this might
Perhaps.
smile down on us.
was going to say there, Mr. Montgomery, if you were needing fur to line your coat, should have let me know. Let's see. We still have moose pelt on my person. Does not look like it. No. Yeah, Calder would have been like, if you needed that, you should have let me know before I sold off that moose pelt.
I mean, what we got'll do, I'm sure.
Well,
Yes.
right by you.
more
Just
looking
looking
for
at,
something.
Making it into something else rather than just a coat liner.
Perhaps if we could borrow the pelt, maybe to cover this hole during
I
the
mean, you
trip.
guys
Be
are
cool!
also
We're
in.
walking though, aren't
Yeah, the cart is. You're not going with the cart.
we? Yeah.
The dwarves took it.
Oh,
We do have
Um,
the dog sled though.
you're
so
right.
I gave you guys a handout for frost checks, and it
Yeah.
has a list of items and equipment that you can buy that will help you against the cold. You are in Bryn Shander. There is a marketplace. If you wanted to go buy something like fur lining, you can do that. It's 20 gold pieces, and it gives you a +5 modifier against frost checks.
For
Since
the
you
sake
guys,
of everyone.
since you guys
Marty
already
is trying
have,
to manipulate everyone into giving him the spell turning property, even though he cannot wear armor.
And Calder's not willing to give up something that he felt he hunted on his own.
We already have cold weather clothing, though. Yes.
you do, and that gives you a
Yeah.
+5 on that save as
Okay.
well. So if you got fur lining as well as the cold weather clothing, it give you a +10
I do.
because these do stack.
Yeah, I do want fur lining. I guess I kind of envisioned myself already having. I guess I don't know if gaudy is the right word. Very peacocky, heavy furs.
Yeah, but I'm just like mechanically speaking, like if you wanted to go
Yeah,
get
so-
the actual
so
bonus, you'd have to go spend
Yeah,
the
so I
money.
do want that.
All right.
Oh, but we're so poor. Oh,
Are we?
baby in Targos.
Oh, wait, are you poor?
I mean, we.
Yes.
I mean, theoretically, both Calder and Sheltari are technically poor whenever they're around Hiln because of their
Mm.
outstanding.
Somebody's buying an
debt.
awful lot of fur lining for somebody who owes me 100 gold pieces.
Do we have?
I mean, we
nothing in
just
the
got
party funds?
you just got a gem worth 25 gold pieces. How expensive is fur?
20.
We've got 4 gems worth that, right?
one each.
Yeah.
Are we keeping those on our persons, or are we
I plan on
bringing
keeping
that
it
into the fold?
I
since
plan on
somebody
keeping it
did
on my
spend
person.
it quite quickly.
Calder's keeping his.
Mm-hmm. I assume.
Yeah, Valka has her money and technically Floof's. Not the gem piece because we gave that back to the dwarf, but
All right. Well, we'll say before y'all start traveling over to Targos, you guys stop at the marketplace, and you guys can
Yeah.
buy some stuff. And
Yeah, I do
just-
that.
yeah, just tell me what you want to buy, and then we'll just subtract the gold cost from it. Shopping montage.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Travis,
Monty's
cue the
gonna
shopping
stand
montage
around-
music.
Do you have like
Monty's
like
gonna
a
stand around looking at new coats,
music?
and he's gonna be like, "Well, I mean, well, I could buy one here, or like, if you can get one made, Mr. Calder, I think that's just more reasonable."
So of all the sounds that I've prepared in Syrinscape, I don't think I have any upbeat shopping montage music.
What about like Walking on Sunshine? Or
So those are copyrighted songs.
Just sing it.
what if Bitey sings them?
And don't it feel good?
Monty.
God damn it.
No, wait, that's the final countdown.
Yes.
All right.
Guys,
Let's-
you can sing it for 5 seconds before I start to worry about it. So,
Yeah, because you know we have a lot of big attention on our stream that
It's,
it could get found at any time.
we have all the attention that matters. It's okay.
National attention. Anyway,
So what are you, okay, what are you guys buying?
Monty.
I have a question.
sale.
Yeah.
Does this temperature impact Floof?
Yes. Loof does not have cold resistance.
I'm just too
Okay.
little, you know. I'm too small.
While we are shopping, is there like a papoose style bag
A what?
that Vodka? Okay, you know what a papoose is?
No.
No.
Okay, a papoose is like a baby carrier that you just stick
No.
the kid in, and
Like a
just
baby Bjorn?
like just their face pops out, but it's like made of fur and warmth and
Okay.
You gotta strap
Uh,
Floof to your chest.
Yeah.
Don't ever talk to me or my step
Oh.
floof again.
I will say, yeah, you
For
can
the record,
find
it
one,
is-
but it's gonna take a round in combat. If you guys get into combat and Floof is in that, it's gonna take a round for Floof to get out of it.
Oh, Floof is not going to sit in that. Hands down.
Have you ever
For
tried to
those
put a cat
wondering-
in a bag?
For those wondering,
Only if I get in on my own
a
accord.
papoose,
Okay, yes.
it's much worse than a bag.
Why?
It's literally you sew the child into it.
I said, is it like it? Like I
Native
want to have like a
American
bag. Think of it like a
Oh.
little hammock that Floof can hang out in.
You wanna swaddle
they-
Floof?
Floof not want this. No.
If
get-
Floof fails one save,
You can get
He's-
Floof. You can get Floof
They're
like a
going in
little
the bag.
fur-lined poncho.
Yeah. Okay. So I want to. I want to remind everybody when we fought the undead, whoever she was, the witch lady.
The frost
The ice
druid.
druid.
Yes, that the
She
druid.
was alive
But
until you killed her.
right. Okay. She did. Then she died. I did take some of her cloak for like a little shawl,
Mm-hmm.
and I put that on, and it is disgusting.
Look,
So, like, if
looking for
somebody
a dog
wanted to
sweater, so we get a
replace-
sweater for our dog.
Yeah. If you wanted to replace with
Yes,
like
you guys
sweater.
Yes, you guys can find fur lining specifically made for Floof.
Thank you.
okay.
And it looks like a little poncho. It's got like a little belt
Aww.
that Floof can strap around, and it's got like a hood with the fur that sticks out,
Oh,
and little spots for Floof's ears to poke through.
well, this is precious.
Well, that is adorable. But
Yeah.
Vodka is still very definitely looking at papooses until they see.
I am
that.
afraid. I am afraid. I s-
Vodka will hold up the poncho and the papoose and be like this. You have to wear something. It is too cold on our journey.
I take the poncho.
All right. Vodka will buy the poncho.
And then Floof goes and buries the old like shawl in the snow.
No.
All right, so we have one thing of fur lining.
I just wanted to see Floof and a papoose. I'm sorry.
Who else is getting fur lining?
I will be.
So
Calder,
two.
Yes, Mr. Sheltari.
if you want to hand me your cut of our reward, I may be able to get us a little something extra for our troubles.
Hmm.
How you mean, Mr. Sheltari?
I'm a salesman.
Oh, fair enough, fair enough. He'll offer the gem.
I will find a somewhere where we can convert these gems into gold.
Sure.
Somewhere in town willing to do that.
Let's see. Bryn Shander. Yeah, so there's just like a large marketplace, so no specific shop. I'm just gonna like hand wave this and do it mechanics and
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can find somebody who trades in gemstones, and if you want to, they're worth 25 gold piece. If you want to try to get more out of it, go ahead and make a charisma persuasion check.
Now, before I do that, I'm going to distort their value.
Okay.
I will do that
So-
on mine and Calder's.
You
So I
cast
will
a spell on an
present two
object no
stones.
more than 1 foot inside on a side, doubling the object's perceived value by adding illusionary flourish or reducing its perceived value by half. So you're increasing it by double. Anyone examining, and you can do this on multiple items as
Yep,
long
I'm
as you have the
doing that.
slots for it.
I'm presenting two stones.
All right, so you make the stones look like they are worth 50 gold pieces. Go ahead and make a persuasion check. The way this works is if you get a 15, they will offer you full price. If you get a 20, they'll offer you a 25% markup. And if you get, a 30, they'll double it.
Excellent.
On 30. Come on, 30.
I can't get 30, but I can get that.
So 23, then they will offer you 75 gold pieces for each. So 150 gold pieces total.
Thank you very, very much.
And you probably want to leave town before the 8 hours
Oh,
passes.
absolutely. We're on our way out. We are leaving.
It's cool. We only have to pass through this town to get to anything to the east. It's fine.
Don't worry. I'm pretty forgettable.
You see, the person that you sold it to is a small halfling who looks to be probably middle-aged. They've got like black hair with a big beard flecked with gray. He kind of looks you up and down, looks at your these 2 gemstones as he hands you 150 gold pieces. And he says, "It was a pleasure doing business with you. Shaltari, I hope to see you again."
And like that, he's marked for death.
More specimens such as those, they seem quite pretty. I got them off of some dwarves that we can't met coming into town.
Wow, passing the buck, passing the buck.
All right, so yeah, Shaltari returns to the rest of the group with 150 gold pieces. Fur lining for Floof, fur lining for Shaltari is 40. Anybody else getting fur lining?
You said 10 gold for Floof?
Monty is very
20.
particularly
20.
like he has a coat there that has fur lining, and he's like, "Oh, Calder, I'm gonna be honest, I'm considering this, but if you already got fur, I feel like I am wasting it if I buy this."
Shall I spell it out for you, Mr. Montgomery?
Well, you're.
Did you kill the
spell what
crag
out?
cat? Did you skin the crag cat?
That is when I approach with fur lining for myself and Monty.
So 60 gold pieces have been spent of that 150.
So, and Monty's just literally, while he's got his eyes on Calder, reaches out to grab the coat that Calder comes, or that Chaltari comes back with. So we kill what we keep. I got it, and he pulls it on, and he just walks away.
Right, Calder, are you going to buy fur lining as well?
Yes.
All right,
and he's also gonna spend 5 GP to get snow goggles that he wants to implement into his mask.
All right.
So I hand the 75 gold to you, Calder.
Yep.
Little under the table action.
All right. So let's see. That's 80 gold pieces of the 150. So you guys pocket 70 gold pieces. You guys all have nice new fur lining to put under your coats, except for Vodka, who doesn't need it. Still dressed like she's on like spring break.
Bikini.
All right. So
Also, as Monty walks away, you do hear him being like, "Well, the thing wasn't bleeding from the nose when I got there. I don't know what happened to it, but I guess somebody probably did something." And he's just grumbling as he goes.
all right.
You
And
just hear Calder say it, Elvish, just bitch and moan, bitch and moan.
So as you guys meet up with Garrett at the gates heading towards the Targos on the road, you see he has his dogs all harnessed up to his sled. He's loading gear up onto it, and he says that you guys can load your stuff up onto it as well, since you'll all be walking on foot if you don't want to carry everything. So the dogs are in good shape now, but they can only carry a couple of us, so.
Is there a kitty in the window?
I thought so, but no, it's just the wind.
Oh.
Alright, so you guys load your stuff up on the sled and you start heading
Clap, 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 clap.
out into the heavy snow.
Must have been the wind.
Disaster.
Alright, following the road is pretty easy, even in the snow. It is a 3-hour trip, so you guys will have to make 3 frost checks. So, and a frost check is just it's a DC 10 Constitution save. Since you guys have cold weather clothing and fur lining, you automatically get a 10. so there's no
Cool.
possible way to fail.
Cool. Okay.
Sick.
That sounds like a challenge.
Travis rolls and gets a -3 on the die.
How did this happen?
How could this happen?
If it was strength, I could.
I was gonna say, actually, no. Okay.
Yeah, I don't think any of you have a negative con modifier.
Nope.
Alright. So, yep, 3 hours go by as you trek through the heavy snowfall to Targos. As you guys reach Targos, I remind you, kind of. Let's jump over to the Targos map so you guys can just get an idea of what it looks like. You can find it.
Targos. Targos.
There we go.
Targos is the like super big one, right?
No,
One of the bigger.
Renshander is the biggest of them all.
Yeah. Okay.
Targos is
Pretty sure it's pronounced Targoza.
What?
What?
That's a goes and
Oh.
goza beer joke.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Okay.
But
Go
but
180 and
Targos
stare at the wall, please.
Yeah, it doesn't have.
Tar-
Yeah, no.
Targos is, if I'm interpreting that map right, the black icon, like the black dots for the cities. Does that mean that they are bigger cities?
Yeah,
Like
so
bigger
looking
populations?
Yeah, so if
Okay.
you look at the big map of Icewind Dale,
I just noticed that.
yeah,
Thought I would confirm.
of the of all of the 10 towns, the ones with the biggest, these bigger dots are bigger cities. Brenshander's the largest, East Haven's the second largest, and then Targos is the third.
Cool.
But yeah, so you guys approach this southern gate into
Hey, your
Targos.
boy.
And yeah, it's a little bit before noon, so the gates are open as you guys make your way into town, following Garrett back to his home. And yeah, as he
And
gets there, you
boy.
see Knox. He opens the door to Keegan, who kind of rushes out from the room and gives him a big hug and a kiss.
Big smooch.
Big old nice reunion between significant others. Yeah, husbands.
Look, we did it.
Keegan turns to you guys and says, "Oh my God, I can't thank you enough for finding him and bringing him back. Please, please come in, come in."
I do so.
We do so.
Yeah,
Ye-
you can. The
You
sleepless
see-
nights were kind to us. And you. I'm glad everything worked out.
Yeah, so you see Keegan kind of rushes through, he's like searching through some stuff, and he pulls out this wooden box and he hands it to you, and he says, "The reward, the one I had promised before you left."
I sniff it.
Mm.
Oh, right.
It smells like wood.
What kind of wood?
It's a tree. No, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
Wood that comes,
Cedar, ash.
one that
What
comes
is
from a
it?
tree.
Delectable pine.
It's just some scrimshaw work that I've working on my best pieces. Hopefully you can get something from them.
Thank you so much.
We're taking his life's work.
You are.
You did
you
not say life's work.
This is 4 best pieces of scrimshaw figurines. If you open up the box, you find that there are 4 pieces inside. One is a spouting whale. One is a smiling fox. Then there is a pair of dancing hares and a walrus with the words "Big Love" carved into it.
Monty reaches in, holds up the big love, and gives a look at Keegan. Nods appreciatively.
Yeah. See, as you look at Keegan, he's sitting there next to Garrett. Keegan is a tall, slender man from the south. You can pretty easily tell that he looks like he's from kind of Baldur's Gate area where you're from, or where you spent a lot of time, Monty. And he even talks kind of like a southern lord, kind of upper class. And then, but he's sitting next to Garrett, who's a big burly man, who now that you look at him looks like he has facial hair that kind of resembles a big walrus mustache.
Wow.
Aww.
Has what you would say big love energy.
Jesus.
Big love energy.
Energy.
Hold on. Is the walrus the equivalent of a bear in
That's what I was just
Icewind
gonna
terminology?
Don't know.
We stand.
A walrus and a seal
Stand.
fall in love.
Yeah.
It
I
is
mean, I think
now.
an otter can still be an otter, technically.
Oh yeah.
So next week, Tinner's gonna have an all new.
Wholesome moments ruined by the table. Yeah.
I try.
Now,
And that's what we appreciate about you, buddy.
Garrett mentioned that perhaps you two know of a skilled leatherworker here in town. Is that true?
It just keeps getting worse.
No, this is better.
Better.
Yes. Yeah, Garrett. Yeah. Yes, I do know of a skilled leatherworker here in town. She's just lives down near the docks. Let's see. Her name is Name. Where's it at?
Name.
Her name is Name.
Name. Got it.
I'll find
N-A-E-M.
It's Banmilla.
Vanilla.
Banmilla Trina.
I mean, all business with her isn't too urgent. We can catch her on our way back from Targos, right?
If you're planning on having her turn that cragskin pelt into anything worthwhile, it's going to take a little bit of time. Might be a good idea to leave it with her.
Hence,
Is it really worthwhile? I'm
I
kind of
think
eager
it'll
to
be
get
worthwhile to
moving.
me.
A crag cat pelt in the hands of a skilled leatherworker is quite valuable, actually, there, Montgomery.
Is it? I wouldn't know. I don't know.
Kind of, you see Garrett kind of looks uncomfortable as he looks between you and Calder, and he's just like,
Calder
What?
then says in giant.
No, hold on. I wore the hat for it today. I wore the salty hat. Monty pulls down his wide brim hat and it says salty on it.
oh my god. Hence the question. I assumed, Calder, you'd like to be efficient with your time.
Aye.
Thank you. Again. Well, I suppose we should be on our way. Use what, well, I guess there is no daylight, but what's left of the day, so to speak.
it's a little bit before noon. You guys left pretty early in the morning. It was only a 3-hour walk.
Right, that's what I'm saying, before we sleep again, perhaps we could keep pushing on through, unless, is there any business that someone might have here? Aside from Ben Miller.
Floof has borrowed the smiling fox figurine to turn it over and over in their hands and look at it.
It's just a 2-hour walk up the road to Bremen. You guys leave shortly. You can get there a little bit after noon.
Enough.
But if you plan to stay here in Targos, I know we don't have much room here, but you're welcome to stay with us.
Thank you.
Much appreciated.
Let's see. Where are we to?
And Brennan is where the trail for the
Murderer?
ice
Yeah.
pick murderer is, right?
Yeah,
Right,
yes,
yeah.
Murder.
it's where one of the murders took place. Yes.
Yeah, down.
Vodka will look
Icicle
at the
murderer.
yeah. Vodka will look at the reuniting family and have a little tug in her chest.
Aw.
And will suggest that we continue to move.
Would anybody notice that, like that emotional twinge, or are you staying pretty stone-faced about it?
Yeah, it's not super obvious, but it's just like, like, Mori, you guys can stay with us as you want, and they probably would appreciate being alone.
Perhaps
But yeah,
we'll
no, if anybody wants to notice it, they can.
I'll take you up on that. Maybe some other time. But we're just glad that you're together safe again. Glad we could help.
Yeah. Keegan's just like, well, anything at all that you need, do not be afraid to ask. We'll do what we can.
Be sure to give Boy a good steak supper. I think he well earned that.
Right.
Let's see, to Ben Miller.
So do you guys head out and make a quick stop at the leather worker?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So as you find her shop pretty easily, it's over there on the north side of town near the docks. And it's got a big sign out in front that says Ben Milla Leatherworking and Fine Goods. And as you walk inside, you see a middle-aged gnome. She's got kind of darker skin. You can tell that she's a forest gnome. About, just a little over 3 feet tall. And as you give her the cragcat pelt, and what kind of armor do you want her to turn it into? She can turn it into any type of leather armor.
Any type of leather armor?
Yeah.
Let's see.
So, like leather, studded leather, or hide?
Yep.
I'm assuming there's going to be a scaling price with it.
Perhaps.
Perhaps.
Let me get a gander at some light armor.
So the base price for this is going to be 500 gold pieces.
Yeah,
Papers.
I'd have to be a layaway order.
You could set it and come back for it.
The
Yeah,
base is going to be 500?
Yeah, she won't. Yeah, you can pay her when you get back to pick it up, and it will take 20 days to craft.
Oof.
That's going to be a journal entry to come back to.
I mean, at that point, we're getting studded. It's the best thing for you.
Color
Right,
also
'cause
requires
that's-
how much you'd want to buy the pelt itself.
You just want to sell the pelt.
Just kind of like weigh options here.
She'll buy the pelt off you for 250 gold pieces.
Didn't
Do
hear
they-
you, yeah, Joe, you didn't say anything there.
Oh, we should just go back up and start hunting crag cats. Fuck this murderer.
Not what I expected.
Yeah, we found our true calling now.
Yeah.
And the,
Eat
and
all
the
the
rhyme of the
fish.
Frostmaiden continued without pause for the next millennia because the heroes decided it was better just to hunt crag cats.
But no, if we hang out in the
Well,
forest
yeah.
hunting boars.
I'm assuming she has
Fuck.
like other armor here to buy.
Yeah. She has all other types of armor. None of it appears magical.
I'm just thinking, because what's the base price for studded leather armor?
45.
45. That.
Thing is, if we're paying 500 gold for it, let's put 35 more gold on it and just get it.
So invested, Mr. Montgomery.
Do I need to remind you what the
As
spell
somebody
turning
who
does?
regularly fucks people with spells, I think it's a little valuable to be twice as resistant to it.
Fair enough.
Do you guys
Yeah,
remember what
Calder-
Magic don't grow on trees,
it grows on?
and
Crag
trees
cats.
don't even
Well-
fucking grow here.
Flashback to Bush Cassidy. Do you guys remember what the spell turning property is?
I
It's
mean,
like-
Clearly not.
hey,
All right, so
Maybe.
the spell turning property is if you are targeted by a spell that requires you to make a save, and this is not a area of effect spell, it is a targeted spell, you get to make that save with advantage. If the spell is 7th level or lower, then the target of that spell is then becomes the caster of that spell if you succeed on that check, on that save.
which is really good.
Yeah.
Hyper good.
Calder will hand over the pelt to have her start fashioning. He'll put a down payment of 50 gold pieces.
All right. She says, "Thank you. I'll have your studded leather armor of spell turning in 20 days. You can return to me with the full payment then."
Okay. Thank you.
And she says, "If I don't hear from you, though, in 2 months' time, I'm going to sell it myself."
Guess I better start hustling then.
And somewhere far away in Termalaine, Hiln has a strange sense that somebody's spending her gold.
Stop it!
It's
Oh, I
it's-
want to
it's
show
an-
back up with studded leather armor and be like,
uh,
we didn't make no money yet.
Sorry, we're broke.
It's an investment.
All right. So you guys drop that off with the leather worker. You've got 2 months to return and pick it back up. It'll cost you 450 gold at that time. Just mark that in your notes.
Yep.
And you guys continue on to Bremen.
Me
Yes.
just gonna go into the party fund and add the first line, which is negative 450 gold.
I'm doing all this off of Calder's expense alone, not a party fund.
All right.
Monty shuts his little ledger.
Salty.
Right? Yes. So you guys have
Yes.
finally reached the tiny fishing town of Bremen, which you set out for probably about 5 days ago. And like 4 sessions ago.
Yeah, you're right.
Back from our side quests.
yeah.
Plural.
And as you enter town, actually, yeah.
Further in debt. than we
Further
were
in debt than
before.
you were when you left to pay off your debts to Hiln.
Listen.
I've earned money.
All right. So as you guys approach Bremen, the first thing that you guys come across is the docks. Actually, you know what would probably be good? Let's
Get the
go
Bremen
to the
map.
map of Bremen.
Where's the map? He's the map. He's the map.
No.
All right. Let's see.
I think it's a smidge
Map.
smaller than the last time.
It is quite small. Bremen. let's see. Bremen has about 150 people living here.
Jeez.
But as you guys approach,
This is like
Little small.
This is like a few football fields.
yeah. So you guys approach, kind of from
Floof is like, yes, okay,
down
I can
here,
handle this.
walking through town. And it's pretty dead. It's a little bit after noon, and most of the people are out on the lake. As you guys walk through town,
Really?
well, yeah, they're out. It's a fishing town mostly. As you guys kind of make your way through town looking for anybody, the only person that you come across who's outside is standing out near the docks.
Okay.
So,
This is
like,
spooky.
Around over here-ish?
Yeah.
I am spooked.
So, the lake around the creaky docks is frozen, forcing fishers to pull their rowboats out onto the ice. Standing between a pair of boats is a stout dwarf in cold weather clothing. A gray hood hides most of his face, but you can make out a wide nose and a long frosty beard. The stout figure stamps their feet as they spot you and wave you over. Good.
Does he have? Does
You're
he have an
here.
exclamation point above his head?
He does. This is good. You're here. Now get to it, you ingrates. Those fish aren't gonna catch themselves.
I
God looks at him suspiciously.
believe you have us confused with someone else.
Okay, fish.
Oh, no.
Pardon,
No,
sir.
you're the ones that I hired back at the tavern last night to catch some trout. Now you're wasting time here gabbing on the docks. Now get out there.
How much did we agree on payment again?
5 copper piece of trout.
Okay, I get my net ready
I don't.
and I
think,
go.
I don't think that was the case. Monty, what do you remember?
I remember not being in town up until 10 minutes ago.
Oh, you're right. I was thinking of the Tavern in Targos. My mistake.
I don't know what
Yeah.
game you guys are playing, but you're wasting precious time when there are trout to be caught.
Yes, catch the fish.
Here are the boats. There's the lake. Get moving.
Okay, I get on a boat.
Oh my God, Vaca.
Monty wants to get a read on this guy. Does he seem entirely sane?
Roll insight.
Already on it.
You can just kind of looking at him, you can see the tall tale signs of someone who is a little inebriated.
Mm-hmm.
Getting close enough to it, you can kind of smell what smells like hard liquor on his breath.
You get a good night's rest after the tavern last night, or did you keep going for a couple of rounds after we parted?
I'm not sure what you're implying.
Monty.
I lost your name.
Vaca's just
I
kind of watching this
been
exchange like
drinking
back
too
and forth.
much, and
You're
I get
speaking to
confused.
Grinzik, the speaker of this town. Now,
Oh.
are we going to stand here all day and chat through the prime fishing hours? Or are you going to get out on that lake and haul in some trout?
I
Or
just
am I
look
going
up
to
at
have
the
to find some
sunlit-
other fishermen?
Look up at the sunless sky.
Floof is already attached the net in like a like hammock style, I guess, to their club, and then stuck it out over the water to try and catch some fish.
So there are 2 boats that you could have hopped in. Each has a name painted across its bow. One is named the Burly Ram, and the other is named the Pronged Goat.
Do they look the same?
One looks a little damaged.
I probably get on that one. Yeah.
And kind of looking over the damage, you can see it's got some rough spots around the edge that don't look like normal damage that would be done to a boat. Go ahead and roll investigation.
Okay. Investigation. Oh, a 0. That's fun. 10.
10. They look like bite marks.
Like fish bite, I look at my arm. Same?
No, these are definitely
Okay.
from teeth
Oh, okay.
and much bigger than a knucklehead trout bites.
Oh. Big bite. I say back to the group. Big bite.
Yeah,
on-
they are biting,
the
so
boat.
you best get out there on that lake.
Yes, okay,
there
big
anybody
bite on
else?
boat.
Is
Boat
there anybody
bite.
else out on the lake?
Yeah, do you see like lanterns or lantern light or torches or anything out on the lake?
I mean, it's still heavy snow.
Oh, shit.
So you can
What the
see
fuck? No!
you can see that it's frozen for a ways, and then you can see where the ice shelf kind of ends, and you can see water, and you can see these moving chunks of ice kind of floating.
No boats.
Yes, I tried to catch fish.
Spark
fi-
my memory, if you will, but what happened to the fishermen that usually do this job?
Well, they're out on the lakes right now, and I hired you last night to take these boats out and get some trout. The new moon's coming, we need sacrifices.
Yes.
And it's
please.
fish you use for that?
Yes, by my discretion, we've chosen to give the Frostmaiden fish.
I
Frostmaidens
don't
love
see-
fish.
I'm sure they are very good. I don't see any of your fishermen out there, though.
Well, they're out beyond the ice, the middle of the lake.
Right, that's
Fishing.
where I'm looking.
Yeah.
You'll be able to see them a lot better once you get in the boats and head out there yourselves and get some bloody
He's right.
fish.
He's right. We don't want to end up like the last guy who didn't go along with this, right?
Can I use my
Look, if you would rather spend all day here on shore, yap John about what everyone else is doing, then I'll find somebody fishermen who'd like to make some coin.
Do I have any fish coming to my net?
You're sitting on a sheet of ice.
Damn it.
Like
So
the boats are sitting on ice. You have to drag it to the water.
Can I use the scope of on my sextant and kind of like use that to
Sure,
look
make a
out onto
perception
the
check.
ice?
Like if I'm sitting here and there's no hole in the
as
ice.
you look out into the
To do
out into the lake, you can see a couple lanterns glowing in the distance that you can assume are probably attached to other fishing boats.
Okay. I just kind of hand it over to Monty and point.
And I'm gonna start cutting a hole in the ice with my ice pick.
It is
He
incredibly
takes a look,
thick.
see himself,
I'm just gonna work on it. It's really hard for a while.
and hands it over to Calder with a. And in his mind, Monty says, "This is either a goose chase, or it'll let us know what the fuck is going on with this town."
Calder will respond back in your mind. He does seem rather drunk.
Yeah. Well, most drunk men have something to drink about. And if this is what he gets all riled up about when he's drunk, might be worth something knowing about.
Calder will respond back to you mentally, be like, well, these towns get a little frantic around the new.
For the record, everybody else just sees Monty and Calder giving each other deep looks in their eyes.
Well, I mean, you just see Monty staring at Calder, and Calder is just wearing a mask, so it's just no emotion, staring back.
So Montgomery's just like,
Kind of like
Monty's
Oh, facial
giving
expression.
Monty's giving deep and meaningful looks into Calder's eyes without anything else.
It's just a mask
Oh,
with
no.
goggles.
All you guys basically see is just this.
oh, boy.
As he
Uh-oh, you have
good.
one.
Oh,
He has
good, yeah.
one.
Good.
as
this
he's
like
like
a Scary.
as he's handing
mask?
that in between him, and you see their hands are like lingering there. Like,
All right, so I take it we'll be looking for different fishermen.
I'm still trying to cut a hole in the
we're on
ice.
it. Give us a minute here. Jeez, kill the mood.
You're already late.
while they're chit-chatting or brainy chit-chatting, Vaka is gonna step on the ice where Floof is chipping away. And what would the roll be to investigate the bite on the boat?
Make a nature check.
Nature? Yeah.
Big something. Big something with big sharp teeth.
Bigger than trout.
Bigger than trout.
Yeah.
What eats trout up here?
Everything.
Well,
What type of man would speak like a little dwarfy accent and a beard in a white environment in the north?
what?
In a white environment.
Oh, I meant winter. Good. Let's call this guy Ishmael and get on the boat. Let's go.
All right, there we go.
So
I'm
as you are
not-
like inspecting the bite mark, you hear footsteps approaching on the creaky dock as another figure covered head to toe in cold weather clothing has joined you. The figure wags a gloved finger at the frosty bearded dwarf and says, "You have no honor, Barrelborn." The newcomer yells, pulling down the woolen muffler to reveal a pale half-elven face. "You're sending these innocent people to their deaths. And what for? A few fish? Pay no mind to this rambling fool," says Garansk. "Did you tell them about the monster?" retorts the half-elf. "Oh, bloody hell all this," he says as he begins to storm off of the dock, and he just yells back over his shoulder, "Get to work!" as he stomps out of earshot. As the half-elf turns to you guys and says, "I'm getting the feeling that Grinsk doesn't like me very much, or anyone who steps between him and the gold swimming in this lake. I'm Tali. I'm studying the local animal life here in Icewind Dale. I just couldn't stay silent and watch another crew fall victim to that monster of Mare Doladon."
Right. He didn't tell us anything about it, but maybe you can?
Perhaps next to a hearth or a fire.
Yeah, somewhere that's not here.
"Oh, I suppose we can talk at the inn, where I'm staying."
If you could lead the way, please.
"Sure."
It's very cold.
Monty gestures out actually to the ice and where the lanterns are beyond it. Everybody gonna be okay out there if we take a step away?
It's hard to say. That monster, whatever it is, has been pulling fishermen down. But I suppose the choice is between that and starving.
How often does this occur?
Often enough where it's not safe to be on those waters.
I'm
come
gonna
on, I
retract my statements from the previous evening about old body being the curse to fishermen.
All right. Tali will lead you guys back to Buried Treasures, which is the inn in town. The inn.
A strip bar.
A strip bar or like a little old lady running a
Antique shop.
antique shop. Which one is it, Tanner?
Ooh. 4K no los dos.
Well, the innkeeper is a middle-aged woman named Cora Melfin.
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 Mulfoon. Cora Mulfoon. Cora
Okay.
Mulfoon. As
Okay.
you guys walk into the inn, it is pretty much dead, except for Cora, who, as she sees you guys enter, you see she kind of perks up from behind the counter and rushes over to you and says, "Oh, new guests. How lovely. Rooms for the evening, perhaps the week. How long will you be staying? Anything I can help you with?"
I have stew. And I hold up like the little pouch that I've been keeping the cubes stew.
Oh Jesus.
It's
Like
kind of
my-
dripping a little bit as it's been like...
I've been dragging it in the snow.
Oh, you've been dragging it in the snow. Okay,
Yeah.
never mind.
I'm very smart.
Cora kind of looks at your bag of frozen stew and says, "Well, I have fresh stew, if you're interested. Best stew in town, guaranteed."
No.
Warm
No, I have.
warm beds.
Perhaps the room part, but we'll play it on a daily basis.
You see, Tilla turns to Cora and says, "Cora, as always, your enthusiasm is quite charming and appreciated, but my new friends here and I would like to speak in private for a moment." And then you see she just kind of looks at you all, flushes red with a little bit of embarrassment, and says, "Well, if there's anything at all, anything you need, just don't be afraid to holler. I'll be right over here." And she kind
Thank
of
you.
bounces
Staring at you
away.
intently.
Just
And Tali takes you guys over to a table near the hearth as he begins to pull off, or as they begin to pull off some of their cold weather clothing.
So,
will take his mask off. Look a bit more talkable, approachable.
impersonable.
As you kind of sit down, as Tali begins to take off their cold weather stuff, you get a better look at this person. They have kind of pale skin and light blonde hair. They appear fairly young, and they also appear kind of androgynous.
So, what do you know of this creature, and what is your concern?
I traveled up here from Neverwinter about a year back, once the word of the Rime had spread south. I am a researcher, biology mostly by trade, and I came here to study how the change in climate would affect the wildlife in the area. I've been doing research here on Maradalden for the past few months, on the trout, and I've noticed that there's something much larger living in the lake, and recently has become quite hostile. What the creature is, I'm not entirely certain, but its behavior has changed. Perhaps it's due to food or the winter itself, but it seems to be targeting fishing boats. The ones that come back have large bite marks in their hull. Well, those are the ones that come back at all, I suppose.
Would Calder know any sort of like local folklore about lake monsters or anything like that? Any Ogopogo type things?
Go ahead and roll history.
Ooh.
So of the 3 lakes that are in the 10 towns, there are plenty of stories about different creatures that live in them. Most of them are about giant knucklehead trout, like legendary knucklehead trout, kind of like Old Bitey, and stuff that old fishermen tell. None of them have much validity. Most of the time, they're written off as like superstitious fishermen and stuff who like to tell a good tale over drinks. But nothing that you've heard sounds like what Tali is talking about.
Everybody
So
just
I'm gonna-
hears a very large crunch noise as Floof has started trying to eat the stew ice cubes
Oh no.
and did not enjoy the crunch. So I look very offended.
Oh no. Well,
It is cold.
yeah.
That's because it's frozen. I'm sorry, I didn't catch all of your names.
Shaltari.
Calder
Shaltari,
Soulblade.
Calder. This small furry one here.
I am Floof. Hello, please.
You see Tali is kind of become really interested in Floof for a moment. You see they pull out kind of a notebook, a journal, and begin to jot things down. Floof, is it? I've never come across one of your kind. You come from Icewind Dale?
I look at Vaka.
Vaka will look down at Floof and Beck at the person.
Let's see.
Want to get a vibe for this person? Is it just like does it just seem like curiosity? Like, ooh.
Yeah.
Well, they are
Go ahead and roll insight.
I am part of the local fauna.
15. Yeah, so it appears that
Tracks.
when Tali got a good look at Floof, and after explaining to them that they're a researcher of of wildlife, they just became incredibly interested. And you see the notebook that they pulled out, you can see it's jotted full of information about various animals and plants that are native to Icewind Dale.
This is called a Floof. I say to them, do you know how eat the freezing stew if not for a bite?
Does it always speak like this? Have you come across
Speech
any
is new
others?
to
Do
it.
they speak like this as well?
Speech is new to it, and apologies, you got distracted with introductions. I'm Elliot Montgomery, and I also apologize because I thought we left the crazy person out on the docks, but you came from the south up here during the Rhine to write shit in a book.
Unless
You got a way back, because I will take it in a heartbeat and leave you here.
unless perhaps Tali, you've been here for some time.
I traveled north about a year ago. Yeah, I came up the 10 trails. It wasn't an easy journey, but I mean, the research was invaluable. I couldn't miss the opportunity.
And you've traveled all over, or how long have you been in Bremen?
I spent some time in Brynchander, then on my way to East Haven, and when I got to Brennan, the wildlife in the lake here was so fascinating, I haven't had a chance to leave. And then whatever this monster is began to cause its troubles, and, well, I've spent most of my time between researching and trying to convince that drunk of a speaker that perhaps there are different ways to find food in this time than risking the lives of his people out on that lake.
Did they say how long they've been in Bremen, or did they kind of skirt it?
They didn't say specifically.
I'm asking specifically, how long have you been in Bremen?
Probably 4 months.
And I kind of turned to everybody else. And how long ago did the our incident occur?
Oh, Vaka finally kind of figures out what you're putting down.
Do you need to know?
Auntie
from
nods
note?
thoughtfully as he has no clue about the time span.
Let me look.
Have there been? And so Vaka will ask, since you have been here, have you noticed any other odd behaviors other than the creature in the lake?
Oh,
I mean, the creature has been the most interesting. Not many pass through Bremen. It's a little out of the way, and there's not much for trade here. Unless you're looking for trout.
So that would...
I hear
Thank you.
in the summer months when the lake and the river aren't frozen, that many people come up here to pan for gems and the like that flow from the mines in Termalaine into the waters. At least that's what Cora has told me. She says that's where the inn gets its name, after all. But the water's frozen, there's no real money in it anymore.
What's the name of the inn again?
Buried treasures.
Right, Cora. I forgot. I kind of like motion over to Cora.
You see, she's been like eagerly watching you guys the moment you sat down, and you don't even get your hand all the way up to wave to her before she starts from behind the counter and is at the side of the table. Yes, what is it? Can I help you? What do you need? Stew? Perhaps some water? A room?
I will probably enjoy all of those things and some answers if you have them.
I can throw another log on the fire if it's not warm enough. The cushions on
Sure.
these chairs not fluffed. Here, let me fluff it for you. And she starts to grab the cushion that you're sitting on.
Oh.
And
goodness.
Tali kind of, Cora, what have we talked about with boundaries?
Do you two
As
know
they-
each other?
I've been staying here with Cora for the last 4 months. Not many other guests in that time, and Cora and I have become good friends, I would think. Cora's like, Tali's been my best customer since this winter started.
And
I
customers are few and far between, I assume.
Well, no, many people travel to Bremen these days, Tali says. Cora kind of looks a little embarrassed.
On my way in here.
And, oh, hold on just a second. Cora also says, and, well, Tali has also helped out with a few things around the inn, Now that I'm a little short-handed, might... Never mind.
what happened to your hand?
Lube up. I will explain that, and I know I'm not the best person to do so. Anywho, As proprietors of an establishment much like this one, we understand how horrible it can be to be short-staffed. And while we have come up with a unique staffing solution, what is your problem? Would you please tell us of such a thing?
Yeah, she kind of looks around nervously and kind of flushed again with what you can tell is a little bit of embarrassment. And she says, well, it's just, my son, Harwer, it's really nothing. He's just, he left a while back and hasn't returned, but, it could be a number of things. I'm sure he's fine wherever he is.
Where did he head?
No, he didn't really even say that he was leaving.
Falling out of sorts.
These two characters arrived, two tieflings, a man and a woman, and they took him back to that castle, the one
A castle?
yes, the one over in Caer Denevel. He wasn't acting quite like himself, and they arrived, and he went with them.
Vodka will kind of like straighten up. She's been kind of hovering around Floof at the person taking notes and etc. She'll kind of like straighten her back a little bit, appearing much taller as she's sitting at the table, and ask questioningly, "Your son was taken from you?"
He wasn't taken. He went when they offered him stay. Okay.
Has Vodka heard anything about this castle in her travels?
So if you're you would be familiar that the town of Caer Denevel has a keep, that the town is kind of built below.
It's unfortunate. This is why I was telling y'all we need to feed our employees starvation wages so that they have no other option but to stay with us. But that's unfortunate, ma'am, and I hope your son finds good life in that keep with a couple of demon spawn. Anywho, Tally, about a big fish in a lake. What's that going on?
Jesus, that was racist.
Monty said it in the worst way.
Oh shit! Stars and bars and all. Fuck.
Even worse, he's a libertarian.
No.
Ew. Christ.
Fish or the fish did not bite the boat. So we find what bites the boat.
Monty, what is your fascination with this creature?
Something's
Locked eye contact.
something's coming from the depths and snatching people up. It's fascinating to me. But you're right, Chaltara. I get distracted. We came here for a very different job, didn't we?
I noticed the sun's signposts glimmering a little brighter on our way in here, so I will just ask Cora.
Yes?
We are here investigating a murder.
Oh.
Have you heard of such a thing happening here?
I mean, there was that happening a few months back.
We're very interested in any details, and if this were the only place that we could find those details, I would imagine we'd probably spend a lot of time here.
Oh, you dick.
I mean, we're all kind of dicks. In our own way.
I don't know much. Her name was Argit. She's a trapper. She lived on the edge of town. It's the strangest thing. Finding kind of gruesome. You found her with that, just what appeared to be a dagger made of ice right in her chest.
Who find?
The town. I don't know. I don't know who first found her.
Oh, not you.
No. I was here. I was working with horror.
How is your son?
We were quite busy at the time, actually. Now that I think of it, that trading caravan, Torg's trading caravan from Luskin was in town.
Trading caravan.
Tari. I climb up to by his ear. Said months. They also said months. Is same word. Months ago.
Vakul kind of looks at the table too, and do you remember where else this trading caravan had been? Or where it was going?
Well, he sees thinking back. I was speaking to some of them. They said that they had just came in from Targos. Before that, they were in Tamerlane and Lonelywood. They had stopped here to sell some goods on the speaker's request. And then they said that they were taking the east way over to the east of the east side of the 10 towns. But where they went from there, I can't say.
I'm really going to need you to give me the name of that trading caravan again.
Targos?
That is a city.
It was, hold on a second.
From Luskin.
Why don't you know?
Where is it? There it is. Torg's caravan.
Torg. Who is Torg? Do you know anything of them?
I didn't speak much.
What about Argit?
Let's see, hold on a second.
Did you... No, I will continue interrogating you, and you will answer my questions.
I'm trying to look up the information to answer your questions.
Why don't you just know it, Tanner? Know
So-
everything always, all the
Why
time.
don't you know? Why don't you know, DM? Why are you hiding something?
Torg,
Did you kill the halfling?
Yeah, I did, honestly.
Remember
I
the
killed
time where
everyone.
we went into a town while heading to a completely different town, and we're just like, yeet to the Dwarven Valley.
Well, this caravan
This is
has
the
been
price we
to all
pay
the
for that.
places murder has happened.
All right. Can I answer now?
Yes, you may.
Thanks.
Torg is short for Torga. She's a
Okay.
dwarf, shield dwarf. From down south, I believe she's from Luskin. Her last name is Icewind. Torga Icewind.
Great name for a person who stabs people to death with ice daggers. Master.
They fly a flag bearing the company's emblem. It's a gold wolf's paw on a black field. Two sleds
Mail.
that transported goods for sale, including cut wood, flint, tinder, flasks of whale oil, blankets, furs, rations, wine, ale, medicines. As well, I believe they had rat poisons. I believe I bought a couple of vials myself, actually. Worked quite well. They were here for about a week. They set up their carts on the edge of town. Traded, sold goods with the folks. And a few of their caravan stayed here at the inn. I'm sure. Nice warm bed.
And did the town discover Argot before or after the caravan left?
The caravan left, I think it was 2 days after the new moon.
And
Argot's body was found a day after that.
was there how was the tribute at that full moon?
Well, everyone left. Let's see. So it's hard to say. The old speaker, before his son took over, and made us sacrifice warmth on the new moon. No fire could be lit for the entire day. We bundled in our quarters as best we could. I'm not sure what you're getting at, Mr. Montgomery.
Oh, I was just thinking because you mentioned, well, the man we ran into mentioned that y'all are tributing up fish.
That's the idea of this new speaker.
Oh, what happened to the old speaker?
He's not quite all there lately. He has a proclivity of getting lost, not only in thought, but physically. He's been wandering.
So he's not all there, and he's not all here either.
We thought for the safety of the town that his son would act in his stead, perform the duties that he clearly is incapable of.
And that his son is clearly capable of. Interesting.
Well,
I'm realizing now that the current speaker wasn't necessarily sober-minded when we encountered him.
He enjoys his drink, if that's what you're getting at.
Most irresponsible.
I'm not one to pass judgment on how people choose to survive the Rime.
Yeah, but he's leading, not surviving.
Not my place to judge.
Uh-huh.
well, I believe at least I think that we have the answers that we came here for. Sure that we should probably return a favor in some way.
Oh, I offer up a cube of stew
Okay, that's a start.
that is starting to melt in my hand.
Who are you offering it to?
The innkeeper.
You see, she very politely takes it and folds it into her apron. And gives you a smile, like, "Oh, that's. Thank you."
Keep
Do
the
not-
change.
Do not bite, it will hurt.
Absolutely, you are 100% correct.
I take out another one and I go try and lick it instead, and it gets stuck to my tongue.
So, would you like me to prepare those soups for you then?
Good lord. Yes, please. Oh, Floof, no.
Yeah, so she kind of like gives you a nod and smiles really wide and goes off to prepare your rooms.
What do I do?
You learned your lesson.
No, you need to eat warm stew so that the cold stew will come off.
How?
Okay. You just hold on to that then.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Floof,
Mm.
what's a dog sound like when it's real tired? That noise it makes. You can do that, right?
I'm looking at Monty the same way that Floof is.
I think all of us are.
Breathe
Another
heavy
it's-
on it, it'll melt off. Come on.
No, I like the imagery of a full table just tilting their head at Monty.
Even Tali is just like,
Come on.
Yes, the wildlife researchers even giving you like a what the fuck, man? Look.
No, it's,
You know, when a
it's-
dog is tired, it pants heavy, and it's warm air, it'll melt off. Come on.
I thought you
Sorry,
meant
I
tired
have gotten
legs.
used to having to.
Dogs
Oh,
normally pant when
geez.
they're hot, Mr. Montgomery, not when they're tired.
Oh, that makes it. See, I'm not the animal researcher. I assume when they run for a real long time, they're tired and not hot because it's cold out. I don't know.
Actually, when
oh,
you
shit,
run,
you mean in heat? I'm going to bed.
No. No. Did not say that.
Is it nighttime or is it still kind of like midday?
it's
No,
like
it's
a
Monty's
little,
lying
it's a
away
little
from
bit
the
after
table
lunch.
because both he and Travis have embarrassed themselves.
He's taking a lunchtime siesta.
yes, I need to lay down for at least an hour.
Yeah.
Oh, a full hour.
Now,
Uh,
when you do that, do you pant because you're tired?
It actually came off really fast for being closed, but yes. So I did swallow a big chunk of icy stew in one big gulp, and everybody at the
Curtis,
table
no.
hears it.
Curtis, stop.
I'm not even looking. Self-preservation.
Oh my god.
Curtis just.
We're
throws it on the
editing
third
that
page.
whole thing out. We're
No.
editing
Fuck
it all
that!
out.
It's staying! It is
You know what?
staying!
We have people watching. We can't edit it out. They'll know.
Yeah, well, good for them.
It's fine.
I love you.
Okay.
TLDR, Floof ate the stew.
All right.
And
So after Montgomery
Oh,
excuses
fuck.
himself from the table, paces around for a minute, and comes back, I assume. Or are you actually going to go lay down for an hour?
Actually, no. Monty is going to walk out the door of the tavern, and he's going to go look for a dwarf.
Just any dwarf?
No, the dwarf we met before.
Okay.
He's going to look for what appears to be the house of whoever's in charge of this town.
All right. Make a investigation check.
Oh. Damn it.
What'd you get?
I was really hoping he was just going to end up back in that inn.
All right. So you go out into the streets of Bremen and you start looking around for the house that you assume the acting speaker would be living in. And you come across a larger house than most, and you see there's smoke coming from the chimney, so you assume that someone is home.
All right.
And you can see that there are fresh tracks leading into the front door.
Tanner, I want to do a thing, and should it happen in the whisper chat or not?
If you
Look at
want to do it
yous.
without the rest of the party hearing, we can.
We can go to the Whispers chat.
Yeah,
No, for the camera feeds and stuff, you guys are just gonna have to deafen, and
Oh,
then
everybody deafened.
yeah, you guys will have to deafen and then watch your messages when I tell you to come
Okay.
back.
Or just give the hand wave. Give the jazz
Have
hand.
you-
Okay, I'm
Give jazz
deafening.
hand.
Just deafen and then keep an eye on the group chat, and I'll let you know when to come back in. All right.
Og, I see.
Og, you have to do it too, you cheater.
I can tell if you are deafened or not. Okay, they're all deafened.
All right. Monty's gonna shake out his new coats, turn it inside out so the fur's on the outside. Sort of bundle it up a little, and then he's gonna change his face and hair to match Talia's, and go knocking on the door.
All right. So you knock on the door. It takes a minute, but the door opens, and you can see the dwarf that you had previously encountered kind of opens it up and looks at you, and this just look of annoyance just flashes across his face. He says, "And what do you want?"
I just wanted to apologize for earlier. Can I come inside?
Make a persuasion check.
$14.
He just kind of crosses his arms and says, "Fine, but don't take your shoes off. You won't be staying very long."
Unfortunate, I was hoping we could have a drink. And we'll step in and remove his boots and set them beside the door.
I said don't make yourself comfortable, Tally.
Didn't she just say that? Didn't he just ask me to take my shoes off?
No, he
or
said
what did
don't
say?
take your shoes
Don't.
off.
Okay, then never. Sorry, my bad. You were mumbling. Then yeah, definitely not gonna take my shoes off. You step inside.
So you've come to apologize? Spreading these vicious rumors of some beast in the waters, trying to scare away all our fishermen. Starve us to death.
Yes, I was speaking with those newest visitors, and I realized that I have been fear-mongering to a degree, and hope that they will come to their senses and aid us in our troubles instead of me scaring them off. I realize that I've been very proud because of my learning and upbringing, and I want to be friends. Friends. And I hope that we can sit here and have a drink and make amends.
Why the sudden change of tune, Tori?
They're quite persuasive, especially that roguish one with the hat.
Well, I don't know what you and I would have to discuss.
Well, that's fair. I guess if you're going to be so rude and then I'll
Rude,
be on
you
my
spent
way.
the last 4 months in this town trying to scare everyone off those waters. The only thing that we have in this town is those trout. Rude.
Mm.
You don't need no southern person coming up here and spreading rumors. Now, I appreciate that you've said your piece and that you've apologized and promised to stop spreading these lies, but the sooner you're out of Bremen, the sooner I'll find peace.
Mm.
So if you don't mind.
Well, if that's the case. Maybe I'll just go on acting as I have before. And walk out and slam the door. Also, perception check, where does he keep his booze?
Make a perception check. You saw there was a bottle on a table in the main living room in front of the hearth, but that was the only thing that you saw. And it's about half empty.
Alright, Monty's just gonna turn his coat back inside out and change his face once he gets about a block away and go back into the inn.
All right. Let's see.
Is it time?
Yes, he can come back.
Okay.
So we jazz hands. Okay, cool.
Hello.
Cue Monty walking back into the bar with burns and singe marks.
He was gone for probably a good 20 minutes or so.
That's all it takes.
Let's see. In that time.
In that time, Vodka will probably want to talk about the caravan.
All right. Do you want me to make Travis deafen?
No, I don't care.
Okay.
Vodka will kind of watch him leave and shake her head. For what? Because it's Monty. Sometimes he does that. But she'll look over at Calder. So we know already that their murders have been happening to people or in towns where the Rime sacrifices are not followed. And she'll kind of like cock an eyebrow. This new speaker wants to sacrifice food, and there is no fish.
No
It's not-
fish?
Or they can't get fish. Well, it's not just a person not following the room, it's the entire village.
But
And this...
Tali will kind of speak up with that. He's just like, they are like, no, they haven't done fish yet. It's been warmth the last new moon. It's the upcoming one that this new speaker believes it would be best to sacrifice food rather than warmth. Apparently he thinks people will be able to go better without food than heat.
this Argat. Did you know them at all? Were they outspoken against
Not well.
honoring the Frostmadien?
A town. I had just arrived, not maybe a few weeks before the incident occurred.
Of course.
I mean, it's a small town. Everyone knows everyone.
Cora.
Vodka will
yes,
kind of nod a little bit too and be like, a trapper out in the Rime's not going to sacrifice heat if it means their life.
But fear is also a survival trait. It's a pretty good negotiator to make you kind of forego some things, especially if it's one versus many versus one out on their own. Again, kind of the reason why I like to keep to myself outside a good mead.
Oh, did you have an idea, or else is a thought, Wild Speaker?
Caravans visited all the places.
Mm-hmm.
Following, checking perhaps if people are following.
Perhaps.
People are outspoken about it. Like the shipbuilder.
Shipbuilder was, yes, but I'm curious if...
But if a trapper out in the Rime thinks they're going to get away with it, perhaps it's more than just nosy neighbors.
Well, whatever the motivation or method is, I think we have a strong suspect of where to find them.
Considering they said they were going east.
Yes.
What's more east than East Haven?
Mm-hmm. So I think that is where we will have to go next, but... Oh, it would be right to glean information from the skies without paying favor back. So, if you will allow me, and I will also walk outside.
Yeah, as you walk outside, that's probably when you bump into Monty on his way back.
Find him.
See Monty adjusting his coat.
Any burns or singes?
No. No.
Trail of blood, maybe.
No.
Anything out of the ordinary? Any
No.
smells of decay or death?
No.
Okay. So, did you find who you were looking for?
I just took a hike around town, cool off.
You don't seem to be breathing too heavy, so...
Well, I think I've learned my mistake in those regards. It was a leisurely stroll. Fuck, I hate the cold.
How leisurely could it have been?
That's why I'm coming back already. You know, even back in the mountains of home, never had a cold like this. Take a walk around town and not have to worry about anything. Usually.
I'm going to reach into my pocket and toss you a copper piece.
So that whole
Your thoughts on this creature that you seem very invested in?
I'm not so much invested as I am curious. It's it's weird to me. These did we get a timeline on when this thing started attacking? Because if it was doing this before they decided to switch to fish, that's just... That's just downright stupid. And if not, the moment they switch to trying to offer fish to the maiden, they make it fate or one of the gods decides to give a big fuck you of a fish to them. Like,
Hmm. It's an interesting point. It's something that maybe we could ask about if we are going to investigate it. Which,
Monty looks up at the stars. You gonna throw some questions out there?
that's what I came out here to look for. But it's hard to see with all this snow. But then again, maybe that in and of itself is it talking.
Hmm.
So I guess we are going to have to make the choice this time. If you can make it.
Problem is with me that I don't see a single choice to make. I see 30 spilt coins, and I don't know which one to start picking up first.
The one closest. Perhaps you can see which one that is. When you're not standing in sub-zero temperatures. I kind of just opened the door in front of him.
Pat Sholtari on the back in what is distinctly not a hug, and walk in.
I thought you were gonna say you pat him on the butt.
Good game, Sheltari.
GG.
Okay. Sit back down, I suppose.
And Tali kind of looks at you all, and they say, "Well, I understand if you want to go out onto that lake, but I would understand more if you didn't. But if you do, if you could do me a favor, I can't offer much more than just simple gratitudes. Making any note of what you see."
Well, maybe this is the returned favor that I was looking for. My friend has a question that maybe you can answer.
Certainly, I'll try if I can.
You are my friend.
Who are you talking to?
Monty, you are my... That's
Hold on. It's... Which one was it?
Give him a moment. It was very cold out.
Rain's straight frozen. He points over at Talia. Not a question. Just want to get this out there. You really know how to piss a man off. Don't you?
If you're referring to
That-
that drunken dwarf, I'm simply telling him facts that he just does not want to hear. Now, if that upsets him, that is his problem.
Yeah. I do want to hear facts, though. This thing that's been getting at the fishermen, was that how recent was that? Like, in your memory, has this been going on for a couple months?
It's about 3 weeks.
All right. And the decision to make fish the offering, when was that made?
The day after the last new moon, so nearly a month ago.
Hmm. That does give me one course of action. And Monty's gonna go back out the door, open it slightly, and stick a middle finger into the sky. And then close it again. Alright, my piece is done here. Damn, that's a lot more questions, but I ain't got the energy or the drink to mull them over. Why did we send all of our barrels away from us?
I don't know.
Vodka's gonna kind of stand up, pull her coat, like her clothes back over her. Don't worry, Mr. Montgomery. I'm sure we'll be finding out the problems in Honeymead before our time together is over.
Good mead.
Good mead.
Home is good mead. Speaker.
Honeymead does sound very good. And
Vodka's gonna go walk to the front door and open it up and say, well, if we're going, we should go. Beastie in the lake.
As you guys say, as Vodka says that, standing next to the door, you guys see Cora's face just drop.
Oh no. Sad.
What time of day is it right now?
A little
It's
afternoon.
Afternoon.
I did buy a room.
Yeah, Vodka will take out 2 silver pieces and flick it over to Cora. Like, I want a warm bed when we get back.
You see that moment of like sadness kind of washes away with reassurance and says, oh good, okay, absolutely, yes, rooms will be ready when you all return.
Floof, we're going fishing.
What? And then you hear just a clattering noise from underneath a different table bar.
You hear in unison what?
Yeah.
And then a clattering noise.
Yes. And I make a little noise, and I start making some scrapey noises, and then I emerge, stuffing things into my bag.
From where?
What? From under a table.
Vodka, what decision have you come to?
Vodka's just gonna be like, we haven't turned down a request yet.
We can't. It's in the contract.
But feel free to stay behind.
How do you propose going about finding this creature?
The drunk dwarf has given us 2 boats. It will be
yes.
hungry. I assume it will find us.
Okay. And if it breaks the boat?
Then we're shit out of luck.
Then
Calder will stand
half
up.
of yep. Then half of our party will get away. 50-50 odds, Mr. Shaltari. For a Goliath, those are good odds. Floof, we're going fishing! And Vodka's gonna leave.
Okay! And I start more frantically trying to stuff what appears to be some sinew, some dried sinew, and maybe a sharp object into my bag, my pouch.
All right, so you guys follow Vodka and Floof back to the docks.
Before Calder leaves, he'll put 3 silver pieces on the bar for Cora. Just be like, for us being a little bit of a pain in the ass. And
as you set those coins down and giving her a small tip and ordering a room, can you make an insight check?
Sure.
She wants to cry with happiness.
So as she says thank you and like the room will be ready when you return, you can see that the money isn't so much what she wants. She just wants guests. She wants people that she can take care of.
She's so lonely.
Aw. Well, Calder will just give her a little wink and then pull the mast down and head on out.
Right. So you guys make your way back to the docks. You find the two ships, or the two boats, where you guys had left them.
Could I inspect the bite marks on the one? I know Floof did earlier.
I did.
I mean, yeah, you can look over them. You can see that the boat is damaged. But, I mean, you're not going to get any more information than Vodka did.
It's saleable.
How
So,
damaged?
How wide are the bite marks? Like, lengthwise.
Here,
Or
let me
widthwise?
check something.
Is it bigger than a bear jump?
Oh, I bite the railing next to the bite to compare my bite to it bite.
It's
Yeah,
definitely bigger than a floof bite.
Yeah, because
It
like,
It is
if
big
takes
as these many floofs.
Is it bigger than a bear jump or a bread box?
Oh, that is maybe 2 or more than 2.
It's about the size. You'd say it's similar to like the bite of a polar bear. Like it was made by a large creature.
Okay, nothing to fuck with. Good, got it.
in the water.
Yes, polar bears swim.
Yes, we are not polar bears. If any of us, other than maybe Vodka, fall into that water,
All right.
we
So
will have much more things to worry about than the fish.
So you have two boats. You have where are they at? The names of them. You have the burly ram, which
Love
is
it.
unharmed, and then you have the pronged goat, which has taken damage.
How much damage?
So just quickly looking over it and assessing it. These rowboats have 50 hit points. And the pronged goat is sitting at where's it at?
Enough to party.
We just, we just know.
I believe it's 38. Yeah, 38 hit points.
I mean, we can't all fit into one.
You cannot.
guess.
You'll have to take
Yeah.
only the max is 3.
Yeah. Okay.
I was wondering if there's anything I could use some carpenter tools with to maybe give a
Fix
shit
it
hack
up.
job, but
I'm in the goat one.
I
It would-
wouldn't
you're not-
suspect that there would be enough
It's
material
not
around
well,
either.
it's not carpentry tools specifically. You'd also need to have proficiency in water vehicles.
Hmm.
I am only proficient in land.
So
vehicles.
like jet skis and
Yeah, if you could repair a jet ski, you can repair a rowboat.
Dope.
It's in the PHP.
Mhm.
It says,
It's 300 and
Jason.
So
Look at that long boy.
I don't.
Jason.
Again,
So who's on which boat?
I'm on the goat.
So Floof gets
The
on
goat is the boat that has
the teeth marks.
damage, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So Floof
Bad
gets
idea.
on, jumps into the pronged goat. I assume Vodka follows.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody else going in that one, or
No, I'm sitting in the ram.
Monty's gonna hop into that one.
Monty's
ram.
going with Floof and Vodka?
Alright, Calder and Sheltari in the ram.
Can we perhaps stick close to the ice?
Alright, so you guys are first going to have to carry these boats a ways to get into the water.
Carry
When-
or slide?
Carry.
Fuck. I bullshit. I will try to push it like a sled.
As you start to push it, you fear that pushing it across the ice this far might damage it.
Calder will
Monty-
explain to Shaltari that if it's not bladed on the bottom, you don't want to put it against the ice.
But it's on snow. It's snowing.
It's
Vodka
I'm-
will lift a boat.
Shaltari,
Yeah.
manual labor is sometimes required in D&D. Pick up the
Hey.
freaking boat and walk.
But I don't wanna.
Okay, Floof does it, but Floof is too short, so you know,
Imagine Flip
you know.
is hanging from the boat on
Yes.
the underside.
Yes, I'm just
flipping
holding on.
these.
Monty is.
I'm helping.
Monty sees Vodka just picked the one up he was gonna help with, and so he just tosses his satchel in the back of it and comes and helps Calder carry.
All right, yeah. Vodka's able
Which,
to
for the
pick the
record,
boat up by
Calder,
himself.
Monty is not the best help at carrying.
All right.
He does not hold it level.
No.
As you guys approach the edge of this ice sheet where it is on frozen water, you can see,
Pivot!
however, floating in the water are these ice floes that make navigating the water kind of dangerous. So whoever is kind of steering the boat is going to have to navigate around these like little mini icebergs. Failing will take damage to the boat. So
It's a rowboat.
it is a rowboat.
How much ass are we hauling that we're gonna do damage to a rowboat?
I mean, Vodka behind the oars and one
I mean,
might
it's-
be
they're-
powering through it.
They're wooden. It's a wooden rowboat, and
Oh,
if you
boy.
run into a giant chunk of floating ice, you are going to take some damage to the rowboat.
Yeah.
One chunk of ice isn't going to capsize the boat, but you hit enough of them, you're probably going to spring a leak.
Okay, what I do is I tie some rope to me and to the boat.
So
Oh.
if the boat goes down, it takes Floof with it.
Well.
But,
But
if
if Floof
Floof
Yeah.
falls in,
Yeah. Mhm.
they can get back.
That's a double-edged sword.
Yes,
All
like
right.
everything.
Alright, so who's
As
steering
he's
which
doing
boat?
that, Monty looks over at Chaltari
Jeez.
and Calder's boat, and he makes like a fishing movement.
Yes, I am the bait.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So
Yes.
Calder will jokingly show his grappling hook and then put it away.
I do have chunks of stew.
So you guys push the boats into the water and climb in. Floof, Vodka, and Monty in the pronged goat, and Calder and Shaltari in the burly ram. Who is rowing for each boat? One rower.
Well, not me for sure.
Calder will be-
I can't even reach both,
Yeah. No, it will not be me.
so
But we
Mhm.
can.
Oh,
we,
jeez.
Vodka will
I will let
row.
you know that steering these boats around ice chunks will be a wisdom check.
oh jeez.
oh, well, I'm not athletics.
Should be.
No, because it's
Can
it's not
can Calder
it's
make the
not
rowing and then I
strength.
direct?
It's not so much strength as it is being able to use your
Would
Identify
it
wisdom.
be
where-
dexterity?
It is
two?
wisdom.
Oh, I
It
have
is
good
not-
wisdom.
This is not a negotiation. It's a wisdom check.
Flat
Can I
was
say like
survival
look
check.
out?
It
Can I
is
be
a
like
wisdom check.
look out?
Okay.
Can I be lookout?
Yeah. It's
Yeah,
like,
you can be lookout. That's
like
fine.
yeah. I will navigate. That's fine. I can do that.
So
Okay,
who's-
I'm on
so
lookout and
who's
and
oars for the pronged goat?
Vodka.
Me, probably.
All right.
But I am lookout.
So I have assistance on my check.
I'm pointing.
Look at that boy. Look at that
All
little
right.
boy.
So as you guys start paddling out into the lake, you are going to, in your first kind of hour of paddling.
Ah!
Yeah, hour. You only encounter one of these ice floes that you have to maneuver around.
Phew.
So for each boat, I need wisdom save, please. Or wisdom check. Sorry, wisdom check.
Okay.
With advantage because I have help.
Wait, wisdom, not like no survival, just straight wisdom. Okay.
Just
Okay,
wisdom.
okay.
Oh
Yeah.
boy.
Vodka steers directly into it.
Okay. This is really funny imagery. We are on a shitty little rowboat, and I am pulling out a sextant and using it like it looks like I'm using it to navigate, but really I'm just casting guidance.
This wisdom check is Calder makes because he's steering. He's actually rowing the boat.
Okay,
How
I'll
about
do
that?
it. Yeah,
All right.
okay.
So, watching Vodka plow directly into this ice flow, Calder, you're able to steer around it.
Vodka, I
Vodka,
say
your
left.
boat takes 4 bludgeoning damage.
This, oh my. Are there any?
And
Like,
then
Floof's like,
can
I said left. And I will be like, Floof, we have talked. This is right. This
Oh.
is left.
Ah, okay, I just go point.
Yes, just point.
Okay, okay, left. No.
All right. And then can I get
Okay.
one of you guys to roll a d20?
Oh,
Me.
there we
Yeah.
go. Nat 20 monster right away.
A 6. The lake is still and quiet.
Aw, nice.
No
You have
chop
time to
yet.
do some fishing if you'd like. Otherwise, you
Okay.
can keep rowing, trying to find this lake monster.
I mean,
Mm.
Calder wouldn't mind fishing a little.
Are we out in the middle of the water? We are not next to like an ice shelf or like the.
Nope, you guys have paddled for an hour away from the ice shelf.
Okay, just all right.
And it is kind of foggy. And you can
Cold
see, and cold as all hell. But you guys
Negative
have your
40.
But you guys have your cold weather gear and your line coat, so you're fine.
Floof just has that consistently running though. They just keep sniffing.
Oh, gross. Cool.
But they do get their net out and they put
If
to a
you guys
trunk.
want to stop and fish, you can stop and fish. Otherwise, you can continue to look.
Yeah.
Monty's not gonna stop, but he's to fish, but he is going to grab a length of rope, about 15 feet or so, and cut it off of his spool or wrap of rope, and he's gonna reach into his pack and
It's gonna be the fucking
tie a
time.
handkerchief and a hand that is within it to it, and he's gonna drop that over the side.
Okay.
Cue the prawn goat looking like the fucking buoys from Jaws.
And Sheltari is white knuckled, latched onto the side of this boat.
Let me guess. Sheltari can't swim.
Also, Monty doesn't hide this. So, Sheltari, are you looking at him when he does
Wait.
this?
Yes.
Then Monty gives you a look and once again looks at the sky and flips it off. Like, and then gives you a thumbs up.
So if you guys are gonna fish, it takes an hour to fish.
Jesus. Nah.
I mean, if Monty's fishing, Calder will fish too.
Oh, Monty's not fishing. Monty's
Oh,
No.
making
Monty's
bait.
trying to
Yeah.
bait the big
Trying to-
one.
so you're trolling along. Like, that's
Yeah.
what you're doing. You're trolling or troll
Yeah.
fishing.
So are we continuing to search, or are we stopping? To
Yeah, I
fish?
think we're searching.
Search, go on.
All right.
We'll take Calder fishing at some point.
Oh, this is so bad.
There are 2 ice flows in this round of paddling.
Okay.
So, Calder, add a D4 to all of your rolls.
All right. So that's 18 for the first one.
No, a
And then-
D4.
A D4.
An automatic 4.
I'm
Nah.
still trying
Alright,
to
so-
help.
15 for the
15.
first one.
Okay.
Boy.
Okay.
Okay.
12 for the second.
Yeah.
All right. And Vodka.
Come on, Vodka.
I'm trying.
Oh,
I'm
that's
trying to
fine.
point
Okay.
for you.
There you
Alright,
go.
so that's one fail each.
Shit.
So bashing against some of these ice, you both take 4 bludgeoning damage to your boats.
What's our boat at? Sorry, what's our boat at?
Enough to party.
30
Okay.
of 50.
Boy.
And then a d20, please, as you paddle for another hour out into the middle of the lake.
Do we see any other of
Here
those
it
boats,
comes.
like the lanterns?
We'll see. It depends on what you guys roll. Another 6.
Oh,
Nothing once again.
Great. Oh, this is so boring.
Do you say that
Maybe.
loud enough to our boat can hear it?
Probably. I think we're right next to each other.
We're pretty next to each other. Yeah.
Collar chomping on his pipe. Must be relaxing, Floof.
What is that?
Well, kind of hard to do when you're not freezing your ass off.
That is all the time.
Fair enough.
I sniff really loudly.
Perhaps maybe we can go towards some of the other fishermen, get close to where the monster might be drawn to.
If you can see them in the fog, point me the way.
I guess, yeah. As the fog is kind of set in, so. But we're out on the lake now. Can I still see any lights?
No, not with the
No?
6 that you rolled. No. That roll, that d20 roll, is kind of what
Oh.
determines what you find.
I huff and I pull out my bag, my little pouch of stew cubes, and I'm sick of eating cold things and being cold, so I just dump it over the side.
All right. You guys continue paddling then?
Yep.
Mhm.
Yes. As we paddle, I'm like dropping cubes
4.
Like a-
Jesus!
like a breadcrumb trail directly to our boat.
I say we turn back. We're just tempting fate the longer that we are out here. And we have no real means to lure this thing. Just leaving it- we're just leaving it.
Even
I need
coming
the
out
saves
on
first.
here was
I need
tempted
those. I
fate.
need the saves.
Do I still have those D4s?
Yeah.
How long does that last?
I mean, I just cast it. I mean, I'm thematically, I'm using it to
Okay.
guide
Gotcha.
Calder, but I'm casting it each time we encounter one.
So 23
Rad.
for the first one.
It's a DC of 14.
Dope.
Hmm.
2.
You can do it, Vaka.
Oh, fuck.
Well,
Yeah.
may as
So
well.
So one
No.
fail
Then
for you guys.
this is our last one. I'm gonna add that.
That's a success, yeah.
for...
So if you rolled another. You could have just taken the one you rolled when
2
you could have
fails.
failed.
Well, I mean, it was 4 rolls because we had 4 ice jams.
Yeah.
And that was my
So
fourth
you
roll.
take a total of 9 bludgeoning
Darn.
damage to your ship, your
And we're
boat.
going to have to deal with this on the way back to our ship. This is not going to last much longer. And again, without any meaningful or real way to lure it.
The pronged
What
goat
i-
who is
what-
paddling.
What if I sit on Vaka's lap and make her arms do the things they need to do?
Can't Floof can paddle.
Floof can paddle. If Floof
I
wants to
can
paddle.
reach?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I still probably have to stand on Vaka's lap to see.
All
You
right,
can
so
do that.
Floof, you
Yeah, I
can make
do.
the wisdom checks.
Perhaps Calder, you and I. Perhaps I'll give you a rest. Yes.
Saving throw or check?
Check.
Survival?
No.
Wisdom. Success.
Hey.
Success.
Nice.
Ooh.
Fail.
I can't help you.
Success.
What the fuck?
Just
So-
killing them now.
You hit 1, taking 2 bludgeoning damage.
2, so we have 28 out of 50.
Yep. And then can you please roll a d20?
Hold on. Yes. Oh, really? Just my mouse just lost connection.
I got it.
Okay.
13.
So you guys, through the fog, the first thing you notice is a Targos flag flapping in the wind. As you get closer, you see it's a keelboat, and it has 5 fishermen on it, along with a captain.
Do they see us?
Yeah, they see you. See a couple of them wave.
Caller will just.
You see they have trawling
raise
nets
his weight.
behind them. Yeah, as they are fishing.
Hurry now!
Oh, not so bad. Would be a little bit better if these fish were actually biting.
Alright.
Awfully long way out here for a couple rowboats.
Don't remind us.
Your surly looking speaker barked at us earlier to get out on the water, despite not actually hiring us.
Surly looking. He
I'm
points
sorry.
up at the flag. We're from Targos.
Oh,
Oh, that's my fault. I'm sorry.
wait.
Forget that we're in Bremen.
I need
It's been a long
Icewind.
couple days of travel for us.
Bremen,
What?
Targos, Tamerlane, and Lonelywood all sit on the shore
Yeah,
of
they're all
Mare
connected
Dolden.
That's
on,
right.
on the lake. But what are you doing all the way out here?
I think the
It's
better
probably-
question is, what are you doing all the way out here if you're from Bremen?
What?
Well, we heard there was a creature in the water that's been going after some of the fishing boats.
Any of that happening in y'all's neck of the woods?
They kind of look at each other and then just start laughing. Ugh. Another one of them crazy people from Brennan. Think there's monsters in the water. I think you all been out here in the cold a little too long.
Well, unless you can explain what this is.
You
Point at the
at-
front of our boat.
you mean
Looks
for
like a
the
bit of
front
your bad sailing.
You're right. Nothing more that I wish than to just get somewhere safe and warm. That's why I miss the moose hole back home in Lonelywood. Y'all should check it out sometime.
They all look at each other and laugh again. There's no way we're heading to Lonelywood.
Oh no, I hear they got ale.
Make persuasion check with advantage.
Because I.
Christ.
The captain looks at you and says, Ale, you say?
Dwarven brew even.
He kind of looks over at the rest of his crew.
Straight from battle hammers.
I hear there's good fishing near Lonelywood.
It worked. It worked.
He kind
Our
of
first
turns.
customers.
You see, they start to right the ship heading north, and he says, "Thank you for the tip. Maybe we'll catch a pint with you in Lonelywood."
I hope
Okay.
so. Oh god, I hope so.
Okay,
Marty looks back
goodbye.
at the rope with the hand on it, but just dragging behind the boat.
I didn't see that.
As
Well,
you
it
s-
would have sank.
So
It's
as you
cold
see
enough.
the keel boat from Targo start sailing to the north, as they kind of fade into the fog, leaving you guys once again alone on the waters of Mare Dalden. It is almost 8 o'clock, and I think it's a good spot to wrap up.
Oh my god.
We are
Well,
gonna die on the water.
We're not gonna
Yeah.
die. We didn't get into a single combat.
Megalodon comes up out
Yo.
of the water and just.
If we fall into this water,
We will die.
if our boat takes
Yeah.
any damage,
Yeah.
we should absolutely turn around. I am not negotiating this.
Well, you know, we got this far, and we'll probably turn back now.
We'll just keep rowing all the way over to Lonelywood.
This is the
my
highest
gosh.
risk, lowest reward situation I think I've ever been in.
At this point, that
It's about 6 miles from Lonelywood, 6.5 miles from Lonelywood.
Oh, that's
it's
it.
at this point that
Nautical miles.
Monty pulls out his banjo and starts picking a soft tune that he likes to call Syrinscape for all your musical needs.
Oh
Jesus
my
Christ.
fucking
That
You
was
got the
a-
plug-in.
Fuck, that was a
bleep,
rough
bleep.
segue.
Syrinscape.com.
Actually, it was pretty smooth.
Yeah, this.
I didn't see it
siren-
coming.
What's the tagline that they actually want us to use? Like,
For all your nerdiness.
no, it's like fantastic stories deserve fantastic sounds.
Mhm.
Aw, that's cute.
But yeah, Syrinscape.com. Check them out. Also, check us out on Twitter at D20Panic. And yeah, and tune in next
Sometimes-
week when we play
Sometimes
again.
we tweet.
And watch our newest upload, episode 5 on YouTube, coming this week.
Alright.
And
Okay,
and
Travis and your shade.
somebody.
You want to
send
edit
me
those?
More cheese.
You don't want to
Cheese?
do those.
I hate it when Daddy and Daddy start fighting. It's all my
Okay.
fault.